All
I
set.
wonder what Artie's having.
Jason bringing in 3 to 5 drinks.
It's a coffee,
Go ahead.
and it's an Hawaiian punch. It's
Okay.
What a combination.
Do you drink them at the same time? Or?
well, what happens is right now I'll sip on the coffee, right?
Right.
For the very beginning of the show.
Sure.
And
That gets you up, I guess.
right, and then the thing is, my bagel. The problem with the bagel is the guy doesn't open till 6, so the intern goes down at 6.
Does that annoy you? Like, don't you want your bagel right now?
Yeah, because
Now, what are these
I mean,
drinks?
there's nothing they can do about it. But those are Benji.
Oh,
drinks.
Benji gets drinks from Jason, too?
Oh yeah,
Oh, there's so much consuming going on.
me and Benji are like a fucking hurricane.
Benji eats a minimum of 3 large salads a day.
Yeah.
Here.
Right,
See, what
yeah,
Benji-
before lunch.
Yeah, Benji thinks that if he eats salad, he'll be skinny. Meanwhile, he's like the fattest guy on the show.
And they're big salads.
I'm about a month and a half of living good away from being third fattest on this show. Because Jason's soaring towards number 1.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you know, like you're the heaviest guy probably on the show right now, but Jason and Benji are almost right up to you.
All I
Your
gotta-
title is in jeopardy.
All I got to do, I'm telling you, I could drop
If you
about.
dieted for 2 weeks, you'd be third fattest.
Somebody would pass you.
I could be third fattest.
Imagine that.
Yeah, well, because I think Jason might even be heavier than Benji at this point. He might be number 2.
Jason's so dumpy. Like, I don't think there's a muscle in his body. You know how you were like an athlete, so you retain some of that musculature?
Right.
I don't think Jason's got a fucking muscle in there.
Well, Jason's a big sports fan, but he never played sports. It's weird. Like, he's a big Yankee fan, but he throws like a broad.
You'd think he'd want to learn how to throw.
But he, you know, I would like to think if I ever got married, I would, something in me would let me get in shape for the wedding, you know. So he's got a wedding coming up, and
Right. Jason, you're definitely second. You're fatter than Benji, I think, right?
Yeah, it's a mess, dude.
What do you weigh now?
Probably about 280.
280, and Artie's 300. You're 20 pounds.
I know.
280, man.
I know, dude. I listen. You can't make me feel worse about it than I already do about
You were
myself.
so excited when you had
I
lost
was.
the
It was
weight.
awesome. And then I don't know.
You lost a ton of weight on that
I did,
contest.
and then
Didn't
I
you
did.
win the contest?
No, freaking
No.
Benji
Benji
somehow
did.
lost 30 pounds in a week and won the contest. But
Cheated.
of course I just said somehow.
he always does.
Yeah.
But no, I was good. I was good for like a month or two after the contest, and then I relaxed. I'm like, look how good I'm doing, and then I relaxed the diet, and then that went right out the window, and now here
What
I am.
happened to working out? You stop that too?
I'm very busy.
Tom Chiasano was up here
Yeah.
a couple of months ago to visit
Yeah.
our old general manager, and he was shocked by Jason's weight
Really?
gain. Yeah. He took it very hard.
Yeah, he was a giant asshole about it, actually.
What did he
Why is
say?
that?
Hey, I haven't seen Tom in 2 years, and the first words out of his mouth after hello were, "Yeah, I thought you were supposed to lose weight before you get married."
Right.
Like, fuck you, dude. I don't work for you anymore.
And your
not
mother,
friends.
and your mother says you look terrible now.
No, my mom says I look terrible no matter how I look. She's
Oh, yeah.
horrible to me. She wrote me a big email about how bad I look.
Why do you have any relationship with your mother?
I don't
If
know.
she's horrible.
If she's horrible to you.
I don't know.
Seriously, why not just like never see her again?
His mother's very
No,
nice. I've met his mother.
She's not-
she's nice. You should have a relationship.
Actually, she's very nice
Wild.
to me.
You know, it seems severe, but I was taught. I'm. You know, this is kind of interesting. There's someone I know who recently revealed to us hasn't seen her parents, like, I don't know, in 10 years.
Oh my god.
Like no relationship. Doesn't see her parents at all. And I was like, wow, that's severe. She goes, look, you know, they're not nice, and I'm not going to see them. It's just because they're my parents, but if they're going to be abusive and be a pain in the fucking ass, like, what is the obligation there to see your parents?
Well, you know, I stayed away from my family
Yeah.
for 10 years.
I know you did, and rightly so. I supported you in that.
No, well, not at the beginning. You were a little harsh.
Well, I didn't know all the details. Once I
You
read
should
Quivers
trust
Alive.
me.
So why are you in touch with your mother?
No, I love my mom. My mom's good to me some of the times, but she's very critical. Very. I mean, so she wrote me this huge email about how bad I look, and she's worried she thinks I wear my hat too often. And
Yeah,
she thinks,
I was outside. He's right outside my office, so sometimes I hear him talking on the phone and stuff.
Yes, mother.
And it was just he was having this really
Mother.
bad day, and his
Mother.
mom had seen a picture of him and all the guys out to dinner or something, and Jason was wearing a Yankee hat, and his mother said, you know, you dress horribly. But the hat, like she was really insulted by the hat, and like, why do you wear a hat? It's the worst thing in the world. Jason goes, I wear a hat because I'm fucking balding, okay?
I remember back, I'm like, I like the Yankees and I'm balding, so that's why I wear a Yankee hat. But she thinks it's like some sort of sign that I'm going down a bad road. Like, she said that you're hiding behind the hat. And,
Is she a psychologist or something?
no, she's a freaking accountant. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Howard, whatever I do.
And she feels like you're her personal property and she can comment on you anytime.
Yes. She listens to the show. She's a big fan. She's listening right now.
But you know what you got to do? Teach her a lesson. Don't talk to her for 2 years.
I tried not for a month.
Shut the fuck up.
She'll get right in shape.
Oh,
So guess what? I'm a human being. At this point, I'm a little too old to be hearing from you and your fucking opinions. And if you got so many of them, keep them to yourself, or go talk to your friends. But leave me the fuck alone.
Or wait till I ask for criticism.
See, what used to happen is, and I don't know if it still happens, but his mom listens all the time, and she uses instant messenger, and like he would do something, he would come back to his desk, and there'd be like a whole, like notes on life for Jason.
It's never ending. It's instant message, it's email, it's phone calls.
Well, you're certainly giving her something to do.
But what am I gonna do? I mean, I do love her, and I'm not.
Do you love her? You love that?
No, I don't love that.
You love all that abuse.
No, I hate that.
Why do you say you love her?
Well, because that's not all she is. I mean, she's not all abusive. She is, a full person that raised me. And
you're willing to put up with all that horse shit.
No, I'm not. It really angers me, and I've told her so. I said, stop
if
it.
If you stop, then what are you going to do?
Well, I can't cut people out like that. I mean, not my own mother. I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just asking.
Could you?
I don't know. I don't have that situation with my mother. She's constantly badgering me about my appearance and about...
You did when you were younger, right? Didn't you say that your mom was... And you didn't cut her out?
No, I didn't, because things changed.
How'd they change?
Yeah, tell me.
Well, you mom changed a lot.
You felt she was right.
My mother evolved somewhat.
Yeah.
She had a major change in her life. She started meditating. I don't know. She became a different person. But, I mean, she used to go, what are you wearing? Look at those sneakers. The schmutters on your feet. They look like rags. You can't wear jeans. Look at you.
She goes, I tell you, I
was just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I'm in their house for 2 seconds for Passover last week. She looks at me, she goes, why doesn't anything fit you right? Your pants never look good on you. Take the hat off. Then I asked for, I started opening up a bottle of wine. She yelled at me for touching her food. It was just a whole scene.
Does she do this in front of others?
Oh, yeah. No, she loves an audience. I'm her favorite punching bag.
Hey, Jason, I got a question.
You like being a punching bag, huh?
Jason,
No, I don't like being a punching bag. I hate it.
Tell her she's out.
I can't. What do you mean out?
What does she give? Does she have money? Does she give you money?
No, but she is helping me pay for the wedding.
Oh, she is.
See,
Let me get that.
But you know, Howard,
then keep your mouth shut.
She's paying you to do what she's doing.
Jason, you have a brother, right?
2.
Okay. Do you think that she...
Does she share the abuse?
Yes. No. I'm number one. I'm the
Robin
oldest.
secretly likes the abuse.
I will show you how Robin secretly reenacts my abuse.
The problem is my mom. Yeah, my mom is like this with my father, and like so. Growing up, I watched her talk that way to my father, and it would make me angry, and then I'd yell back. I was the only one that yelled back at her and would argue with her. So now, I think all that gets transferred to me. Because I was the one that's...
Is it true your mother's mortified that you hired a DJ instead of a band at your wedding?
She's convinced that's going to ruin the entire wedding. She already told me.
Wow.
She
Why
said...
would she share that with you?
Oh, share it with me. She won't let it go.
Tell her-
Seriously, every time I see her, she goes, are you still with the DJ? Because I really want to go for a band. She's convinced that you only get bands at weddings, that getting a DJ is low rent.
Tell her to pony up for Aerosmith.
Right.
Have you sent me an invitation yet for your wedding?
I sent you a save the date. The invitations haven't come.
Oh, right. Yeah, I got that.
But,
I'm
listen.
not going, I don't think.
Well,
what day is it again?
November 8th. It's a Saturday evening wedding.
Maybe I'll go.
That'll be nice. There's no bands. I don't want to...
He won't be ruining anything.
No, November I have something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The next 3 Novembers.
Are all booked up.
You know what another thing is?
I happen to be busy in November. Seriously, I am.
Yeah, I got Thanksgiving.
Right, you're shooting a movie.
It's okay if no one can...
Hope I'm shooting. If anyone has a movie on November 8th, I'm willing to do it for free, I think.
You know what another weird thing is that we picked out all our appetizers for the wedding,
Right.
and you have a budget, and you got to work within the budget. So
Sure.
the one thing I decided that I'd rather have a lot of good food than just some
Small,
great food,
yeah.
right? So we cut out shrimp. That was the big,
Uh-oh.
No, that's
Poor
it.
Gary.
Yeah, poor Gary. My mom,
coming.
she's never been to a wedding in her life without shrimp. That's what she keeps telling me. Never
Wow.
been, never
So let her pay for
existed.
it.
Yeah, you're right.
If she wants to pay for shrimp, let her.
She's not rich.
Well, hey, say you want shrimp, you pay for it.
It's an impossible situation.
She's not rich because she's busy paying for your wedding.
So you're in that weird zone where she's still paying for stuff.
Well, no, I'm paying. She's everyone's contributing. I'm paying for a third. We're paying by thirds. We're paying for a third.
I
She's
see.
paying for a third, and Janice's parents are
Do you
paying
ever
for a
sit her
third.
down in a real way, like in a real conversation, and say, "Mom, I need to talk to you"?
Yes.
You have?
Yes,
you said, listen,
multiple times.
I find that you're extreme, not in a joking way, but
Nope.
to say I find that you're extremely critical of me, and it's embarrassing when you criticize me in front of others, and it's almost at the breaking point.
Yes.
And what you do?
I've talked to her about it. Talked to my
she-
father about it.
Does she get sincere? Does she?
No, she gets defensive, and she gets,
What does she say?
She goes, "Oh, please," she doesn't take it seriously. "Oh, please," blah
Don't
blah
be
blah.
such a
like,
pussy, you fat boy.
You know what? A weird thing was that when I first went on the Lexapro, the confidence pills,
Right.
I wouldn't want her to find out any other way because she would be so angry. So I took her out to dinner and I said, "Listen, before you find out from somebody else, this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it, and it's making me feel better. I feel, blah."
You're still on it, right?
You're still on it.
Yeah.
Love it, Lexapro. But then she used it against me. Now like. If we get in an argument, she goes, "Oh, why don't you take another confidence pill? Why don't you take another Lexapro?"
Oh,
and I'm like,
jeez.
I fucking confided in you. I told you something personal, and now you're throwing it in my face.
Why did you tell her?
Yeah.
Yeah, why did you tell her?
Because if she had found out from the radio or from one of my friends, then it would have been it would have been crying, it would have been yelling, it would have been hysterics. Why am I
How do
finding
you
out?
take this?
I know,
I
'cause
don't
it doesn't seem like you win at any time.
I eat. It's
Right. Oh, it sounds like a nightmare.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. My mom used to be up my ass growing up. I mean, constantly. It was almost like we were the same person. Like she even once told me, remember, Robin, I was getting an earring. I was 30 years old, and she'd said, "Why are you getting an earring? Your ear is my ear." I go, my ear is your ear. That's right. Your ear is the same as my ear. I go, no, I'm a separate person than you. I have a different life than you.
When I applied for
Your
college,
ear is my ear.
Right. You should have said, well, did you feel it?
Yeah.
When the needle went in, then you already know I
I was
got
like,
an
you gotta
earring.
fucking be kidding me. And it's really,
Your ear is my ear.
I said, no, I'm trying to figure out who I am,
Yeah.
not who you are. You lived your life. You did it your way.
when I applied for college, one of the places I wanted to go was Penn State, and they have a communication school, which is separate from the main campus. So I applied and I got in. And then my mom told me that I was to not tell anyone that I didn't get into the main campus of Penn State because she didn't want to be embarrassed in front of her friends.
Wow.
And I said, I didn't even apply to that school. I applied to the communication school. She goes, I don't care. If anyone asks, you got into Penn State main campus. I never want to hear anything differently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, well, what kind of family? Are you like some highfalutin family that you have a name to protect?
You should be a great. You know what? You should be a great comedian.
What are you, the Kennedys?
We can't be shown up in public?
So is she embarrassed by what you do for a living? Like,
No,
does she think you should
she
be-
loves it.
she
No,
likes
oh
it?
my God, are you kidding me? This is the opposite. My son, he works on the Howard Stern show, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I have to give her business cards every few weeks, So
What do you mean?
She likes to
hands
show them
out-
off.
She hands out your business
She did in the
cards?
very beginning. I gave her 5. And I said, here, hey, look, I got business cards. And then like 2 weeks later, she was out of. I need one for your grandmother. I need one for this. I'm like, no more. It's
So if you do something really well, you're good.
Yeah, she is proud of you.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. There's two heads. I think she's proud of me. I think she loves me. But then there's also everything else that comes with it. It's and it's constant. It never ends. There's no day off.
Right.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
Is she nice to your fiance?
Yeah, they get along great.
Oh.
No, but
Thank God.
no, it's good. It's good. But no, my fiance sees it. She doesn't like how my mom talks to me.
All right.
Right.
She gets angry. She goes,
I guarantee in 5 years, your wife will be talking to you like
That's
that.
what I'm thinking, that she's
Yeah.
like watching, that she's
No,
learning
I
how
have-
to deal with you.
There is
Jason.
no, exactly.
if I see a hint of my mom's behavior in a girl, that's it. It's over.
right.
Janice is the complete. My mom is very anxious, yelling, worried constantly. Janice is right now the complete opposite.
Very chill.
Yeah, very relaxed, very easygoing. We never yell, we never argue, never fight about anything, and hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So I get to the line of broken-hearted girls who
Yes.
you had to dump because they,
They had those mother traits.
What do you?
All right, Jason. Listen, good luck with
I
that
can't
weight.
believe it.
Gotta go back and read my instant message now.
Did you get a suit for your wedding yet?
No, I'm gonna lose weight before the wedding. This isn't it. I have 6 months. I have 6 months. Shut up, Fred. I have 6 months. I'm gonna slim down. I'm gonna get a nice tux or something.
so that's the plan.
Don't bother, because when people look at the wedding pictures and see how thin you are, and then they look how fat, you're going to go, what happened? You're going to have to keep answering those questions for the entire
Jason's
life.
a
already
real.
answering.
I like Jason. He's a good guy. I'm sorry
thank
to
you.
see you so tortured.
Yeah.
All right,
I didn't
thank you.
realize.
Jason. Yeah. Are you in even deeper trouble right now?
Oh my God! I totally don't even want to go back to my computer. It's just either a phone call, an email, an instant message, or something going on.
Howard had all these suggestions for you, but he doesn't seem to understand what you're really going through. You can't cut your mom off.
I think he does, in a way, understand from what he grew up with, but I guess things just changed for him. Look, my mom's a good person. I love my mom. But yeah, she drives me fucking crazy, and sometimes it's hard to deal with, but I'll never cut her off. I mean, that's ridiculous.
That's pretty cutthroat. It's your mom.
She's not abusive. I mean, she's not hitting me or anything like that. Yeah, no, it's my ma. It's my ma's.
She's just nagging you a lot.
My mom's. She just nags me, drives me crazy, drives me up the wall, but, you know, I just figure everyone's mom's like that in some way. My mom's just extra good at it.
You know, I'd heard indications that his mother was a little overbearing before, but I didn't realize the extent.
I was going to goof on him for his Facebook, but now I'm not.
Facebook?
He has a Facebook page.
Uh-huh.
And he describes himself as a big dude with a cool tude.
No.
Yeah. So I'm like, I was going to goof on him for it, but now, like, his mom is so fucking... She'll be goofing on him for me.
Right. She already took care of it, probably.
Jason, you're a big dude with a cool tude.
Wait a minute. Like, that's got to be a joke.
I don't know. It's there. It's not, right?
A joke now.
I wonder if that wife really read that. It's not a joke. She's probably like, I'm marrying a guy who says he's a big dude with a cool tude.
Well, I've spent time with Jason and his girlfriend, and they do get along well. You could tell she's very into him, and I don't think it doesn't sound like anything overbearing. But
do you think she's into him because he has a cool tude?
Yeah, I don't think
He's a big dude.
She's not into the big dude part as much as the cool tude part.
Right.
But what if he gets thinner? Then he's not a big dude anymore.
But he has the cool tude.
He might lose his mojo.
You think the tude is in the fat?
The tude is in the fat.
Oh, I never thought of that.
It's connected.
The tude is in the fat.
You lose the weight.
He's going to be a skinny dude with a shitty dude.
Who wants that?
Mom, I'm thin, but I've lost my weight.
Oh, wait, here's Jason's mom on the phone. Shelley, hi.
Hello.
Hi, wow. A lot came out of Jason today. You got to lighten up. Baby, you got to like realize he's not your punching bag.
I don't think that I treat him like my punching bag.
Yeah, but he thinks you do, and you've got to...
You got to listen to what he hears.
When he sits you down and he says, Mom, stop already, man. Stop fucking criticizing me. You've got to listen. You're going to drive him away.
I know. I really heard that in him today. I just adore him. I worship him.
Yeah, but you shouldn't worship him either. That's the other thing. It's
because you're constantly involved with him.
Your worship has led to this relationship.
That's why I'm built like Buddha now.
Where he's on your mind constantly. You're mind melding with him. You're keeping a connection with him through criticizing him.
You know, I know that he said that the most, but that is not all of our relationship. And it has troubled me that the way that he's been looking, and it makes me sad.
Well, you know what? If you constantly bring up his weight, it means nothing. Does she constantly bring it up, Jason?
No, but she constantly brings up my appearance.
Oh,
how I look, how I act.
Well, that's the same thing.
That's not so.
Yeah,
I don't talk about how you act, except on the air, apparently.
No, this is not true. I mean, I don't think you hear yourself, but you say it all the time. You're acting like an animal. You're not acting like a good person. You're mean to people. Yeah.
You know, Jason, that's really not true. In fact, I'm the one who gets so upset when people are mean to you.
Yes, that's true too. But that doesn't mean that you're not mean to me.
Yeah,
I don't see myself as mean to you.
Well,
I see myself.
Well, that's the problem. He's telling you, and you don't see it.
She's not hearing it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see it. But he's giving about 9 million examples of your abuse.
And I could give you 9 million examples of how I've tried to be supportive in every way.
But I'm not counting those. I'm talking about you're overbearing.
Yes.
You've got to let go.
You know, at one point she said to me, I'm your biggest cheerleader, but I'm also your biggest critic.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
needs that?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want a critic.
Yeah. You're a mom. That's it. And you know, now he's an adult.
He's raised already. It's enough.
I'm good.
You're not the voice of
Robin. It's never done.
Yeah.
No, for you it's never done. But you got to leave him alone. That's your problem.
He wants to be done.
I'm done.
You know, no one wants to be
Stick
judged.
a fork in
Can
him.
you imagine if your mother, Shelley,
I'm like a big baked potato.
I love you, Artie.
Shelley, is your mother still alive?
Yes.
So every time you get together with your mother, is the relationship based on you constantly being mothered and told what to do? Who the fuck wants to hang around with?
3,000 miles away.
Yeah. Well, maybe Jason will be lucky to get 3,000 miles away from you.
Oh, Howard.
Not
Shelley.
with today's technology. She's got you, Jason.
Shelley, there's such a thing as crawling up your son's ass and not letting him live his life.
I don't think that I interfere with his life.
Well, here we go again. He's telling you interfere with his life, but you don't think you do.
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it, and
You gotta back
I will
up.
really make an effort.
The dude's fat. He's on Zoloft or whatever he's on.
Lexapro.
Something's wrong.
Why not just team up with Scott DePace and make fun of him all day?
Oh, Artie.
Do you know you make fun of him in front of other people?
His father.
And my fiance?
And I didn't make fun of you, Jason.
Well, how?
And I didn't tell you not to touch the food. I said you don't drink beer on Passover.
Wine.
Because it's got grain in it.
You said in front of my fiance how horrible I looked and how horrible I dressed.
I didn't say the word horrible. See, you hear a lot.
So, Shelley, every time I see you, you know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what we'll do.
No.
We're going to get your mother.
Howard.
We're going to get your mother to move back to New Jersey, and every time she sees you in front of the family, she can sit and tell you how disgusting you look. Would you like that?
No, but
no, you wouldn't, would you? Would you like to have a constant critic every time? I mean, just because he's your son doesn't mean he's your punching bag.
Howard.
Shelley.
Really.
You're not listening, Shelley. You got to change your ways. You got to change your evil ways.
I will change the part of.
Does it make you feel powerful to do this with your son? Do you think this will make you closer to him?
Or you think that'll make him need you all the more?
No, not at all.
I think that's what it is.
I just want him to be.
What, independent? How's he supposed to be independent if you're up his ass?
He's very independent.
No, he's not.
You don't think so?
No, he would have left you a long time ago if he was independent.
He confides in you that he takes Lexapro and his confidence pills, and you throw it in his face.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, okay. You totally did. I think I still have the voicemail saved. I could go find it.
Why don't you take another confidence pill?
That wasn't what we were talking about. We were talking about something else that day.
Shelley.
And you said, and how about things you say to me, Jay?
Yeah, I do. I say horrible things to you out of anger. I freely admit that. I'm not going to sit there and let you just badmouth me and then not fight back.
All I wanted to say was that I love you, Jason, and I want the best for you.
Well, we don't doubt that you love him, but the way you express it is not good. You know, mothers are weird. They think that their job for the rest of their lives
is to tell you what's wrong.
To tell you what's wrong. Yeah, to micromanage
and correct.
Well, I am a micromanager.
And the fact of the matter is, no one wants to hang around. Nobody wants to hang around with a busybody. Like.
Yeah, he doesn't want to come over there to get criticized, critiqued every time.
Just enjoy the dude.
I don't
if you
think
can.
that happens all the time, and I'm sorry that he sees it that way.
Well, okay, it does.
Well, it does. And what are you going to do about it? Are you going to just keep saying that he's wrong and you're right?
You know what's funny though? She keeps non-validating, if that's a word. Everything needs to go. She goes, I don't see it that way. But if that's how he feels, it's like, why don't you just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you feel that way, as opposed to, I don't see it that way. It's immediately you're dismissing anything that he's saying when you say that.
I'm not dismissing it. I'm taking this very much to heart. I'm very, very upset.
Well, but see, this is another thing that bothers me, because I've talked to you about this before, but you're only taking it seriously now because we're on the radio and Howard and the gang are talking to you?
No.
I mean, why wouldn't you take it seriously when I talk to you about it?
Well, I don't.
Because she doesn't think you know shit.
Because you wear a stupid hat.
And you're her son, and how can her son be any good?
And you drink grain.
Right. When people have poor self-image, they can't even believe their children could have anything going on.
Oh, I'm
sorry. You know what? I'm a bitter, angry man. If you let me hang out with you and I got around Shelley, I would criticize her into the ground and show her what it feels like.
You would have a field day.
I'd say, look at the fat on your ass. Look at this. Look at your tits hanging down to the floor. I would just be waddle over and come on.
Bring me something to eat.
Yeah, and you know what? You sound stupid today. I would just humiliate and criticize. Because I hear what Jason's saying, Shelley. He
gets no relief.
And you know you're going to lose him. You're going to lose him. I'm warning you.
Because he's definitely, once he has kids of his own, he's not going to put up with this crap.
He'll have them to abuse.
Yeah. Grandma's coming, hide.
Shelley, I'm telling you.
I am sorry if I do that.
I got to say, though, you sound sexy.
You sound sweet.
What?
She
does.
Sounds
great.
Your mom sounds hot.
What does she look like?
I met his mother. You know,
Is she hot?
She's very pretty. She's a mother. You know,
You sound very sexual to me.
I'm just a mother.
Isn't that weird?
What does she look like?
She sounds like a sweetie.
Like if I was having.
am Robin, and I love you.
She has a young-sounding voice, and she sounds like a phone sex chick.
Yeah.
No, she's all crying.
And she
stuff.
has attitude.
Shelley, are you very sexual?
I have fun.
Yeah. How wild are you?
More torture, Jason.
Do you use toys, mother?
Jason, get out of the room. I need to talk to your mother on a different level.
Howard has to abuse you now.
Shelley, what's your deal? You sound really like you're into like some wild kind of play.
Oh,
Are you?
Howard,
What's your deal?
I'm an old Jewish mother who goes to work every day, and I'm going to be late today.
I hear something in your voice.
Say-
I hear a hunger that maybe
Longing.
you're expressing anger toward Jason because you're hungry inside.
Frustration?
There's an emptiness.
Say something insanely sexual
Yeah.
so your son can type it into the log.
Seriously, don't you think she has a really hot kind of delivery?
Yes.
She started talking. I was like, she
Artie?
sounds like a hot woman.
I love you.
Yeah, I know. I've met her
Yeah, you hear
before,
that?
and she
I
came to
love
one of
you.
my comedy shows, actually. She's got a great sense of humor. She's a big fan of the show. But
What are you wearing?
I don't remember her voice being like this. When I heard
Nothing.
No, Shelley, what are you wearing right now?
Absolutely nothing.
You're totally nude for me right
Well,
now.
I came out of the shower, and I was listening to my son beat me up.
Was the shower very hot?
Very hot.
Were your butt cheeks warm?
Were you soaping yourself?
I use a Dove massage.
So you started massaging your body. It felt good against the water.
She ever used a shower massage on a certain part of her body?
I don't have a shower massage.
Go big if that a kid.
Hairbrush?
So did you soap your breasts?
Howard, I got to go to work.
Wait. I like your voice.
Wait.
I got to say, Shelley.
You're turning him on.
Howard, I love my son. I love all my sons.
All right, but you got it seriously. I mean,
And I
don't
will try very hard to
Wait, I have a-
not...
judge him so much.
yes.
You can judge him, but don't
Don't
brutalize
say
him.
it.
And
When
he
it comes
does
into your
come.
head, just don't say it.
Right.
I have a question for her.
Yes.
Do you use a vibrator on Passover?
Or is that wrong?
Or is that wrong?
A vibrator has
It's wrong
grain
to
in
use
it.
plastic on Passover.
Shelley, are you
I'm very lady.
are you satisfied sexually?
What?
Are you satisfied sexually?
I'm very happy.
When's the last time you had sex?
Well, yesterday was my birthday.
So we had a birthday bang.
That doesn't mean she had sex.
No kidding. You sound very, very sexual.
Dude, can we stop this conversation?
Get out of here. Your mother's right. Your mother's right. You're a big fat dope. Get out of here.
Does she,
You interrupt too much.
does she make
Shelley, I'll
noise?
take care of him. Hold on a second, honey. I see what you mean. Stay the fuck out of
You're
here.
going to start abusing him, too. You're on Shelley's side.
Big fatso.
I love him. I'm so proud of him. I have never given his business card to anyone.
I'll tell you how sexual I think you are. I think you're fully shaved. Am I right or wrong?
Well,
I'm right. I know it. Are
Do
you
you
shaved?
wax?
Are you fully shaved?
I got to go to work.
Just give me a yes or no and then leave me.
That's yes.
I got to go to work.
You are, aren't you?
I have to go to work.
Can you please give me a yes or no?
No. I
You're-
will
you're a
not
no, or-
no, I'm not answering these questions.
I think you're very,
Mom,
very...
rub your privates on the phone.
Do you wax? You could tell us that.
Yeah, I wax everything.
Everything.
But my eyebrows.
I knew it.
Wow, she has a cool tude, too.
You are cool. You have a cool tude.
Is anything on her pierced?
Yes.
Oh, she got
Besides your ears?
No.
No, she's not that crazy.
Right.
I don't know.
No tattoos? No, you're Jewish.
No, I've thought about it, though.
Oh, you did?
There's a little wild side to you dying to get out, isn't there?
It's out.
How,
would get-
how
you
do you show it?
Do you ever like go to a club and not wear panties?
Howard, I haven't been to a club since I was about 21.
So when you go out with your husband, do you guys ever like go to a party and you
No, we go out to dinner.
and when you go out to dinner, do you ever not wear panties?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Does she still flirt?
You know what?
You're flirting right now.
Yeah,
You're flirting with me,
Howard.
Shelley. You want it.
I got to.
You want me.
Howard has gotten me.
Hey,
through
Jason,
some
hook me up with your
really
mom.
bad places. Oh, no.
Hook you up.
No, I like her voice.
It is a nice
Very
voice.
sexual voice.
She was going to get a tattoo, but he can't have a beer at Passover.
What is that?
Well, she can have the fun. He can't.
Oh, is that it? Or-
Yeah.
Oh, you know, this is all I want to say. I love Jason. I'm very proud of him. I'm sorry that I've made him unhappy, and I'm really sorry that he had to discuss this on the air.
Well, you really need to listen to him, though. I'm being serious with you.
I hear it. I hear everything.
Is it okay if he tells everybody that he didn't go to the main campus of Penn State?
You know what?
Yeah, what's that about?
Go there. That is the most ridiculous comment that he made.
You're saying that never happened.
It never happened.
Jason, we're not talking sex with your mom anymore.
Thank you.
You can jump back in.
We could go back in there anytime.
She's lying. That's true. And not only that, it happened with another school, too, Rutgers, which I ended up going to. I was put on, what do they call it? Late admission. They don't let you in right away.
Right.
And that was another thing. Don't tell anybody you got late admission. Not one person. She was so scared. What I did was I had a radio show in college, and her friends has kids that go to college at the same college as me. So she's like, if any of them hear it, I don't want to ever hear you talking about it on your radio show that you didn't get into Penn State.
Shelley.
That is so not
Shelley,
true.
what college did you go to?
Ohio University.
What was the first college you went to?
Ohio University.
No, you went to another community college before that, didn't you?
No.
Okay.
Oh, so
she did,
she
didn't
won't
she?
tell you?
She won't admit it.
I'm pretty sure she did, if I remember her stories correctly. She went to a community college for like a year and then went to Ohio.
And she's embarrassed to admit it?
I think so.
No. I'm not embarrassed.
Did you go to community college?
No, I did not.
Never.
Did you go to a different college other than Ohio?
Never.
Okay.
I went to college in West Virginia for almost a year before I went.
Well, you said never, and then all of a sudden...
now you went to college in West Virginia.
I don't really consider that part of my life.
Oh, my goodness, Shelley.
Shelley, you went to... We asked you point blank, did you go to another college before?
No, you said community.
No, we said college.
And you said, no, I didn't go to another college. And then 2 seconds later, you went to West Virginia.
But that's not a part of her life.
And what kind of college was that?
It was just a regular liberal arts college, but I didn't like it.
So it embarrasses you.
No, it doesn't embarrass me. I just was not a happy time in my life.
Jason, never admit you were in late admissions to Rutgers.
That is so not true. I had that letter on the refrigerator for 10 years.
She's lying. She really. This is a blatant lie. I'm sorry I can't back you up on this, Mom. But it's a lie. It's a lie in every. I mean, it's a lie in every fashion of the word lie.
Jason, I've never lied to you in my entire life.
It's a super lie.
Well, that's a lie.
Shelley, you got to really lighten up on this guy. If you're going to have a real relationship where he can come to you and talk to you.
I thought we had a relationship.
Well, you do. You have a great relationship.
You have fun. You've got a guy that you can bash anytime you want.
No,
it's a great relationship for you.
Howard, it's not true though. It's not. I will tell you that I definitely am I have been unhappy with the way that he dresses more than the way.
You know what? Will, feel free to come in here if you want.
It's fine that you're unhappy with the way he dresses, but you don't have to express it. That's what he wants to dress like.
Okay, then that's fine. I will do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough. You know, my parents, one time, I got very heavy. And one time they sat me down and said, look, we're alarmed by your weight. They didn't embarrass me in front of people. They just did it alone in the privacy of the bedroom. It was so much more effective. They brought me in. I was a married man at that point, and they said, look, we're very alarmed by your weight. You look terrible. And they didn't humiliate me in front of other people. They were just very honest with me, and I appreciated it. And I did. I began to lose weight.
And they couldn't possibly be very happy with the way you dress.
No, they're not. But, like, you know.
They don't say it every time, though. This is where
I don't want to hear it. Like, if they come over my house and they start criticizing me, it's like, get the fuck out of my house.
There's no winning. You know, my dad's a heavy guy.
Right.
And, my mom would, chastise him to lose weight. But then when he'd go on a diet, then she'd yell at him because he had to eat different food than everybody else at the table. So it was like a no-win situation.
Shelley, what are you up to?
She's just a complainer.
Yeah.
You know what?
But that's her connection to people.
No. Okay. I don't know what to say. I really don't.
I know what you should say. Jason, I'm going to change.
Jason, I'm going to try very hard.
No, that's not good enough.
No, Jason, I'm going into therapy so I can be a better mother to you. I'm going to be brave enough to figure out what the fuck is wrong.
I'm on Lexapro.
What do you think of that, Shelley?
I think
Would you do that for your son?
I would do anything for him.
All right. I want you to go into therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, say all those things in the therapist's office.
Yeah, tell him about all your anger and how you're upset you went to West Virginia.
Tell the therapist he's a fat, dumpy guy.
I don't. I think Jason's making it sound like this is the only thing I say to him, and it's not the only thing.
He is
all I hear.
It's all he hears from you.
Hear. Yes,
And it is constant. I said earlier, you're a good person and I love you, but yeah, this is definitely a huge side of you.
And you're making him mental.
I'm responsible for this?
Yeah, you. Does Jason come up to you and say, "Listen, you look fat and dumpy today. You're not a good mother today"? He said,
he doesn't talk that much.
Right, because you're busy.
You're busy with the talking.
Every time he said something, he probably said something back.
You gotta. For some reason, he still has you in his life. So I don't know how much longer that's gonna last. So you gotta change your evil ways now.
Am I evil to you, Jason?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, whatever, And
I'm telling you, Shelley, you won't know your grandkids.
Of how evil your mother can get.
Oh, Jesus.
What's the worst thing you can think of right now off the top of your head?
It was really that Lexapro comment, honestly. That was hurtful because it was the first time I had opened up to her, trying and inoculate the situation by being upfront and honest and letting. She always complains.
Taking her thoughts and feelings into consideration.
Right, and she always complains that I don't tell her what's going on in my life, and she hears about what's going on.
So then you finally tell her.
So I finally tell her, and a week later, she throws it in my face and just angrily, why don't you go take another Lexapro if you need it, and just.
In other words,
were you arguing?
You weak piece of garbage.
Yeah. That honestly, I mean, to this day, that was 8 years ago, and I still
because it's an attack on her that you take Lexapro.
Yeah, first thing out of her mouth was when I told her was,
What'd she say?
It's about her,
Yeah.
What did I do?
What's
hates
wrong? You for being weak.
What's wrong with you? Why do you need to go? I mean,
that's not what I said. I will tell you exactly words because I remember them. I said that I was very upset that you were so unhappy in your life that you needed to take that.
Right.
Those were my exact.
And then a week later.
Well,
what did she say a week later?
Well, I don't even remember what we were arguing over, but basically I just hung up on her. I was just like, enough, I can't take it. And then she left me this voicemail just screaming at me and then just leaves that at the end. And that killed me.
It's not even normal for a guy your age to be fighting that much with his mom.
I know.
This is insane.
I know. I should just stop answering the phone. Did your
mom force you to wear a sweater vest on your first day of work?
She forced me.
I want to defend that. Defend
it?
Because why is she involved in what you wear?
Yeah, how is she picking your clothes?
And why do you go along with it?
I remember that sweater vest. It was lovely.
Why did you wear the sweater vest?
It was worse.
Because somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe she knows something I don't know. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? And then I get the internship here.
You know when you know you're a man?
What?
When you realize your mother knows nothing.
Well, then maybe that's it. But she, I was 21. I just got the internship here, and she tells me, again, you dress horribly. I'm going to go out. I'm going to buy you some new outfits for your internship. And then she buys these sweater vests. And she goes, this is what everybody wears. And I'm obviously not cool. So I'm just
sweater vest.
No.
I'm like,
no, that's not what happened.
Okay.
First of all, I want to buy you new clothes for your new job. I never said anything about your old clothes. And I said, it's going to be freezing cold. You're going to be getting on the train at 3 o'clock in the morning. Buy sweaters. And you said, I hate sweaters. So I said, how about sweater vests? Something to keep you warm. That's all.
Yeah, but when he wears a hat...
Do you ever want him to get laid?
No.
Well, he's got that taken care of.
It's hard to be a big dude with a cool tube wearing a sweater vest.
Shelley, what do you think of the new wife?
I love Janice.
Yeah.
She is my daughter.
Yeah, but you know what? She's angry at you.
Why?
She didn't like the way you talked to me the last time we were over your house. She was really angry.
Oh.
The whole ride home, she's like, I can't believe your mother talks to you like that. I'm not going to let her do that next time. You don't hear yourself.
I don't. You're right.
Why don't you take a tape recorder?
I did. Actually,
yeah, we'll play it here.
Are you happy now? Janice hates you.
I should print up some of her instant messages. I saved the worst ones.
Go ahead. What are they?
I got to go find. I could print them.
Go find them.
Oh my God.
Go get them.
Yeah, so we'll read
Let's
you.
hear. I want to hear your mom's
God.
instant. Shelley, this is good for you. This is a wake-up call.
Howard.
I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
Howard, every human...
I mean, Passover past.
Everyone I know listens to the show. I gotta go.
No.
Oh, now they know that you went to that other college.
Shelley.
Welcome to your 9/11.
Shelley, everyone knows you went to West Virginia first.
I don't care.
Oh, man. And they know Jason got late admission to Rutgers.
And he wasn't on the Penn State actual campus.
I was on the wait list.
What are the neighbors going to think?
Who dumped a whole truckload of fizzies into the swim meet? Who delivered the medical
All right,
school
Jason's out of the room. Let's get back to your waxing.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm going to meet you at the wedding if I go, huh?
You got to go
I'll
now.
be there, I hope.
You ain't going.
What are you going to wear?
Howard?
He's talking to me.
I like her voice. I really do. I'm intrigued.
You got to meet her.
Has she ever done rear entry?
Ooh.
Oh, Shelley.
I am not answering these questions.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
How many men were you with before your husband?
I said, are you kidding me?
No.
My children are listening to
Yeah,
this.
who cares? So what are they? That's the
Were
problem.
you
They're not little
lying
kids.
to them about being a virgin?
Did you tell them
No,
you were?
I don't want my
Did you tell your kids you were a virgin when you got married?
I didn't say anything. It's none of their business.
Have you ever discussed it with them? Did you save yourself for marriage?
No.
You did not.
No.
How many dudes were you with?
I was a fun girl.
What? Just one? Oh, you were,
You were with
fun
a girl?
I think she said she's
just
a fun.
one girl.
Fun.
You were with a girl before you.
She said she was a fun
So
She said
hot.
she was a fun girl.
I told you she's hot.
She was a fun girl.
Not hot.
I told you this ain't no typical mother.
Wait,
Ooh.
has she ever exposed herself top-wise? Has she ever flashed anybody?
No.
That wasn't her boyfriend.
No.
How old were you when you started having sex? When
Old. College.
College. That was at West Virginia? I don't mean to bring it up again. But
That was a
All right,
very
what do you
bad
got?
time.
So I got the thing. The first word is from my mom, and you got to. So I don't remember what this is about.
just read them to us.
Okay. Oh, you want me to read it?
Read the instant
Okay. So I
message.
come back to my desk, and there's a note from my mom that just says pathetic. This is after I've been on the air for something. That's
For
all.
something. All right,
Yeah,
pathetic.
so I come off the air. There's pathetic. Then I write.
Shelley, do you know you write pathetic?
I know exactly what that was about. You, Jason, and Artie were complaining about, I don't know how hard it was to get up on in the morning to come to the show, or something like that.
No,
we were
please.
complaining about something really wonderful in your life.
You better stop lying now because you don't want to see where the rest of his email goes.
Okay, what is this?
So she starts pathetic. So I write, what's pathetic? You and Artie. I go, are you kidding me? Then I write, just stay away from me. She goes, the way you stay away from Dad, that's really nice, Jason. I'll remember that
Jason,
always.
Stop reading these. They're personal. Stop.
Yeah, but listen, this is it. Go
What
ahead.
about me and Artie?
I don't know. All the rest is just her because I stopped typing. Goodbye. You just threw away the best friend you will ever have.
She says that?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Thanks for nothing, Jason. Hope this makes you feel real good about yourself. You make me suicidal. Goodbye.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
That's
Shelley.
below the belt.
I walk off the air back to my desk with this waiting
Shelley,
for me.
the dude's at work and you're
Talk about a
writing.
drama queen.
Would you get rid of your instant message? Get her
I
off
can't.
the-
Gary uses
Can't
it
you
with
get her
me.
off? Can't you get her
Could
off
you
your
block
list?
that?
Yeah, I could. But
You know what? Give me tons of Lexapro right now. Shelley, do you know what to have that crumbles a child? If your mother was writing you instant messages at work telling you every little thing, Shelley, shame on you.
Oh, God.
Shelley, enough of this. Stop it. No more, Shelley, no more instant messaging. That's it.
How old is that instant message?
it's from 2006. What difference does it make?
What's the,
just
oh, you mean
curious.
you've changed since then?
No.
I don't think anything's moved that
Shelley,
much.
were you just making a general statement that I'm pathetic as well as Jason?
Shelley, I'm giving you an assignment.
What's pathetic? You and Artie.
Shelley, I'm giving you an assignment. Shelley, you listening?
Christ.
No more instant messaging, Jason, ever.
Unless it's positive.
No,
That's
no,
not
No,
Not
not
at
even
work.
that.
Not at
no.
work.
You are no longer allowed to instant message him. Can you do that?
Jason, is that what you want?
Yes. I told you that before.
But you never told me to stop instant messaging. You know?
Okay. All right. He claims he did. Now listen, Shelley. Your assignment is you are no longer allowed to instant message your son. Can you do it? He doesn't want you instant.
If he says that he really does not want me,
Jason,
instant
tell her directly.
I won't.
I would like you to not instant message me, especially when I'm at work.
Well, why
Unless
not?
it's important.
No,
You know.
no,
No?
you
Okay.
don't.
All right. No. Don't
no.
instant message me. Don't instant message me.
Yeah, because
Don't cave in.
she's got her
She
own
got a-
category.
She's got her own
She'll
definition of
use it.
important.
Important
Yeah.
is a whole different. You know, to her, important is just criticizing you.
Right. You're right. Yeah. No instant messaging me at work.
How can I let you have a morning
No.
go without telling you Artie's
In
pathetic?
other words, Jason, you are never to receive another instant message from your mother.
Yes.
Can you live with that?
I can
Pretend it's
totally
not-
live with that.
Pretend it's 1938. There's no one.
Yeah, are you going to feel like your mother doesn't love you or something?
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
okay.
In fact,
All
I'd
right.
appreciate
Shelley
it.
live with that.
All right, Shelley, can you do it?
I can try. Yes,
No, I said, can you do it?
I will do that if that's what he wants. Yes.
He just said.
three times.
How many more
Yes,
times
yes,
can he say
yes,
it?
Yes, yes,
He said it 3 frigging times. You don't listen to this guy.
yes. I will not instant message you anymore, Jason.
Thank you.
All right, it's done now. Now you no longer have to get instant
Right.
message from your mother. You're free of that.
One noose is off.
I
my
feel
neck.
like this is a trick. I
Did
think
you
she's
hear what
going to
he
have
said?
someone else do it.
One noose is off his neck. A noose.
Who said that?
That's
Jason.
what Jason said.
You said that?
Yeah.
Yes.
He just said it.
Now, Shelley, we're not going to see an instant message from you as soon as he goes to his desk.
Oh, yes, you will.
Oh, yeah.
No, she can't do it.
No, I won't.
All right.
All right.
I won't. I said I won't, and I won't.
But you will be getting an instant message from me.
You want her instant messages,
Give me your screen name. I'll
Put a
instant
noose
message.
around something else.
We're going to talk
He
waxing.
can do it.
By the way, yeah,
Your mom's got the sexiest little voice I ever
Dude,
heard.
this is not only disgusting, but wrong. And
You ever wear heels? Hey, Shelley, you ever dress up in heels and little slutty outfits?
No.
You don't know.
Well, heels, yeah.
She was
Heels,
about
yeah.
to tell us what fun she was in college.
all right, I'm gone.
Yeah,
All right, get
fun
out,
girl.
Jason. And don't expect any instant messages. Shelley, what do you mean you were fun in college?
Keg party?
What?
What did you mean?
No.
Oh, keg party.
No.
You had a boyfriend in college?
I've known my husband since I'm 17.
Yeah, but then there were a couple of years you screwed around, but while you were still seeing him.
No, I was in Ohio. He was in Vermont.
And so the rule was, hey, I'm going to date some guys.
I had boyfriends, yes.
No kidding. Player.
Okay, Howard, I have to
Shelley.
go to work right
Athlete?
now. I just wanted you to know that I
Ever
love
have a
Jason.
black guy?
I love Jason very
That's a
much.
yes.
I know you do. I know. I'm just trying to help your relationship. That's
And
all.
I appreciate all your help. I
right.
just really was practically hysterical when I was listening to him earlier.
Well, he's being
And Artie,
honest.
you're not pathetic. I love you.
And Shelley,
Yeah.
I want you to remember something.
Yes.
I'm only helping you to make your relationship stronger with your son.
Okay. I appreciate that.
And I want you to IM me. So we can
What's
talk
your
about
screen name,
We
Howard?
want to know. I want to know what you were up to. And listen, between you and me, it's our little secret. You went to West Virginia. No one needs to know.
We'll cut that out of the replay.
You hear what I'm saying? It's a secret. No one needs to know that embarrassment.
Big deal about nothing.
All right. And listen,
Fine.
we're going to cut out of the replay that Jason got waitlisted on Rutgers.
Howard, I still have the letter saying that he's waitlisted and that he got in.
All right.
He's so silly.
All right. Well, no IMs today or ever.
No, I am.
All right, Shelley.
I am.
Good job. Now this will give you more free time. Thank you.
I work a million hours.
That's
and
why
I'm
I'm
at the
saying you don't have time to IM. I am your boss. Tell him what's wrong with him. All right, Shelley. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Howard.
No need to be upset.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Right.
Bye.
That's Jason's mom, Shelley.
Wow.
Man, that was a Pandora's box of shit.
Hey, I got Jason not to get IM'd. It drives him nuts. He starts taking Lexapro.
I get a funny feeling something else is going to happen now.
She'll have to
She'll find
express
another
it in another
conduit.
way.
I mean, she'll get like smoke signals.
Yeah, she'll find a conduit with different information. Like,
She's building a fire in a garbage
singing
pail.
telegrams,
She's sending out
candygrams.
flares.
Hello, Jason. You are pathetic. I'm suicidal.
She's in Jersey building a fire now so she can send smoke signals.
Singing telegram for Jason Kaplan.
I am you, so I'm going to have my friend do it.
Your clothes are ugly. Artie's pathetic. So are you. You're balding. Don't wear a hat. No beer. I pass over. You suck. So do I. You didn't get into Rutgers. Don't tell a soul. I've got to go to work. I'm going to kill myself. You're fat.
What a nice singing telegram.
Singing telegram for Mr. Jason Kaplan.
Jason, this has really evolved into a completely its own monster, sort of.
I've never thought I'd live to see the day where the Howard Stern Show tries to work out my mother issues that I've had since a little kid, and I've been listening to the show since a little kid, so this is surreal, but it's very weird. I feel almost, in a way, powerless in the studio because Howard and the gang are the ones really doing all the arguing. Even though they were saying a lot of things I've said before, but I feel like I have two. I feel like I have two, adults arguing over me. But bottom line is, I really appreciate all the cool stuff that Howard and the gang said, and that. I don't think my mom is going to take anything away from this. She does take things that other people say more seriously than things I say, so maybe a little, but you can't change who you are.
But your mom's a huge Howard fan.
Huge.
She really agrees with his opinions on things, I'm sure, and appreciates and respects him. You don't think this will have, carry any pull for?
It'll have some effect, but you can't change who you are. I don't care how much you respect somebody. She is who she is. I mean, if she went to therapy, maybe she could change who she is in that regard. I think things will be better, but honestly, and I said it on the air, that kind of pisses me off. It's like, well, why when I tell you shit, you don't listen, and then when Howard tells you the same shit I'm saying, now you're going to take it seriously. That, kind of pisses me off more than anything, actually. So, Well, we'll see how it goes.
Is there going to be a level of awkwardness the next time you see her? You know, you're over your parents' house or you're at dinner with
I don't think I'm going to
Janice?
see my parents again now until my wedding, so hopefully it won't be that awkward. I don't know, dude. This is the weirdest fucking day of my life already.
I can't imagine this.
I know you're creeped out by it. I can tell.
Yeah, especially when he was asking your mom sex questions.
Well, I think. Oh my God, I don't even.
All right, man. Well, maybe this is the start of a new relationship for you and your mom.
Oh, gee, great, awesome. No, but seriously, thanks to Howard for saying, not to say taking my side because I think he's just calling it like he sees it, but I appreciate that, and I appreciate the guys in the studio for that too. Thank you.
All right, man. Good luck, brother.
Thank you for saying the stuff that I couldn't get through.
Artie, you come from a traditional Italian family, which sometimes means an overbearing mom. Is that why you personally stuck up for Jason in there?
I don't know if I stuck up for him.
Well, you guys helped him out a lot. You and Robin and Fred, it seemed like were on his side.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know, man. It's all crazy shit. My mother raised a heroin addict, so I don't know how overbearing she could have been. But, I would never cut off ties with my mother no matter how overbearing she was. Because I need the meatballs, man. I need the food. I need the sausage.
Not gonna starve yourself, damn it.
Yeah, right, exactly. I think Jason is in danger of a very sad life, and so is his fiance. But fuck it, it's not my life.
Do some of you guys feel like you're almost getting a chance to defend yourselves from, problems you incurred when you guys were growing up?
Well, everybody's gone through the passage of having to break away from their mom and having her see them as an adult as opposed to the little kid she was still trying to raise. And so, yeah, it just takes you back.
And you guys really stuck up for Jason because he's got a rough situation.
Yeah, and he's not doing anything about it himself.
And she's not seeing that she's this way. And
well, the mom, I understand that she feels that she's being loving. She's really trying to show him that she loves and adores him, but she doesn't realize how it affects him.
And how overbearing she can be.
Well, it just affects him. He's taking it as her being overbearing. She thinks she's giving him love.
Right.
So it's all, people don't understand. It's not what you're trying to do. It's the reaction of the person you're trying to do it to that you really need to monitor.
Right. Well, Jason certainly appreciated it.
I think he might have. And we'll see if Shelley can stick to her pledge not to I am and to be less critical.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
He's a wreck over it.
But, those are hard habits to break.
It's true.
Especially when you don't even hear it.
Exactly, and it's been almost 30 years of this, so.
Yeah. So, cigarettes are hard, and you probably haven't smoked them for that long.
Right, exactly. All right. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate. On Monday's wrap-up show, John and I took a lot of phone calls. Not all of them were comfortable. We let anybody get through. We'll answer any questions. So there were questions about whether Howard's a hypocrite, about the way he talks about J-Lo, even though you're not allowed to look him in the eye when he walks in the hallway. There were questions about Artie and how come Artie hasn't been on the show yet. So we got peppered with a lot of tough questions, and we answered them all.
Chris in Virginia, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Howard took this call from the guy today and said his wife's not had sex with him for 2 weeks.
Right.
And, Howard of 10 years ago would have gotten that guy's wife on the phone and grilled her and grilled him together and made great radio. And now, I don't know if it's 15 years of psychotherapy or he's just older or he just wants to get out of the building so fast. It's like he gave that guy his little bit of psychological advice and then sent him packing. And there could have been so much more there. And I don't want to know why Howard doesn't do that anymore.
Well, I think that Howard doesn't feel that way anymore. So he's not gonna act a different way. He's definitely changed. And I think part of it might be his therapy, and part of it is that he's in a relationship with somebody that he really feels strongly about in that sense. But it wasn't like Howard isn't doing that because he wants to try a different tack this week. He was being very honest this morning.
Yeah, and he wasn't trying to get out of the building and end the show, if that's where you were going. It struck me more as what Gary's saying. He's in a great place with Beth, and he looks at his relationship in a different way, and that's what he conveys, and he's not going to be dishonest about that on the air.
But I had the same thought as him. I would go, man, if this were like late 80s, early 90s, he'd be like, get rid of her, the whole thing. But he's different now.
Derek in Providence, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey now.
Hey now.
This morning, Howard was talking about J-Lo, and he was calling her insane because she didn't want anyone to look at her or speak to her. Or it was either, I think, when she was on American Idol or some other show. And isn't that essentially the same thing Howard does each day when he has the hallways cleared and he doesn't allow anyone to speak to him?
No, and I'll tell you the difference. Howard's there's a big difference. Howard's like, don't bother me when I get off the show because I just want to go to my office and relax, and he explains that. But after you get out of our compound, Howard doesn't have people surrounding him saying, don't look at me.
Yeah, but doesn't Howard... Well, I don't understand the difference, Gary.
Well, the difference is because I think somebody like J-Lo has people with her all day long doing that.
I don't buy that. I mean, he doesn't let anyone come up to him, even to his station, right? I mean, it's his own separate compound, so now he's out in the hallway, but the hallway itself must be cleared.
That's not true. That's not.
Well, that's what he.
No. You're asking me a question. I'm telling you. He wants the hallway cleared when he comes out of the studio so he can get to his office. He doesn't want to talk to everybody about. And by the way, when it's everybody. He doesn't want to talk to me or Tim or John Hine or anybody. He just wants to get to his office and meditate. Then when he leaves and he comes out of our compound, it's fair game. He hates it, but nobody's clearing the hallway.
Well, we or some of us know to leave him alone, but it's not like avert your eyes. Here comes, that's.
And there's a
not
big difference between Howard and J-Lo. We don't work for J-Lo.
But you can understand, like, he did call her insane, and I'm listening this morning saying, "Oh, you're calling her insane." It sounds like, to me, as a fan, as a listener, it sounds exactly the same. I mean, to you guys, it's different because you're in that environment.
I grew up with this insanity, so it's perfectly normal to me.
All right. Any chance of getting Artie on the show?
Well, I think Howard addressed that last week.
I didn't hear
it. You should go back and listen to it. I don't know. I'm sure it's online. So, but Howard he talked about after Artie was on Letterman that he doesn't think he's ready, and it got into a whole thing.
What's your opinion?
I defer to Howard. Howard's got to do the interview.
One other thing, Gary, I'm a big fan of the show Larry Sanders and Artie on the show there. He's clearly the boss of the show as the executive producer. As you being the executive producer of the Howard Stern show, do you feel you have that same role as an Artie role or more of a role as an executive assistant?
Somewhere in the middle. I mean, the executive producer of the Howard Stern show is Howard Stern. He inevitably, most important decisions are made by him, or I go to him and we'll talk together, and he appreciates my opinion. But if I say, no, this is the way I want to do it, and he says, no, that's the way I want to do it, Howard's going to win.
Thanks, Derek. Let's go over to Dan in Cincinnati. Dan, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. I want to go back to what you were talking about a little bit ago. Howard, during the show, mentioned that Beth was the love of his life, and I always wondered about that because, Allison married him when nobody gave a shit about him. How can Allison not be the true love of his life? I've always wanted to get an honest answer out of him about that.
It's hard for somebody to be the love of your life if you're not with them now.
Yeah. But, it's easy
just because they were in love at one time doesn't mean that Beth can't be the love of his life now.
It's easy to get a Beth when you're Howard Stern now.
No, but Dan, I think you're trying to tell Howard how he feels.
Oh, I know, I understand that, but I think if he really thought about it, who cared about him when he was a nobody?
I'm going to go tomorrow and tell him to think about it a little bit harder because Dan from Cincinnati doesn't like the answer.
Well, let me ask you about something the last caller said. Now.
Sure.
He mentioned Artie, and Howard. He likes to play it coy about Artie and act like he doesn't exist. And I remember last year you said on the air that Artie wanted to come on the show and tell everybody everything. And I thought sure it was going to happen, but it never did. And Howard obviously put the kibosh on it. I don't understand why.
Well, I think Howard talked about it on the air several times. I mean, we don't act like Artie doesn't exist. And somebody called and asked about it that morning, and Howard talked about how he thought Artie was very funny on Letterman. But when Artie wanted to come on, it was like he was still in treatment. And our feeling was, especially Howard's feeling was, that this might not be a great place for him to be if he's trying to get better.
Yeah, and I thought Howard gave a pretty clear answer last week about that. He said just that. This isn't the best place for Artie necessarily as Artie's working on himself.
And somebody even said to Howard, like, well, Letterman had him on. It's like Letterman didn't have the same relationship with him that I had. Coming here is a very different thing.
Jim and Philly, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's up, man? I have a couple things I want to say, but I went for a tour of the studio about a couple of years ago, and Howard had to leave the studio like twice, and both times Ronnie, the asshole, shut the door on us. And then when Howard came back, he reopened the door. So is that the same thing that guy was talking about before on the phone?
Wait, I'm confused.
I know what he's talking about.
He was ignoring it. It's like saying, "Fuck," we're his fans, and he shut the door on us, so we can't even see him.
Yeah, but what were you doing here? What was your reason?
We were for a tour of the studio, but we were waiting in the green room.
Yeah, when Howard goes by, he does. Here's the problem. I don't think he minds you seeing him. The problem is if he's trying to get from A to B, and then you get up and you go, "Hey, can I take a picture? Here's a book. Remember the time we were in Philly? I saw you. I've got this thing." Then Howard's not going to say, "Get out of my way." He's trying to get. The show has just ended. He said it a million times. I'm just trying to get to my office and decompress.
It's just he's trying to the same thing as he complains about other people doing. Ignoring fans or just being jerks.
Well, I mean, when you get right off the show, and I think with anybody when they get right off the show, they're not looking to meet people.
Well, even when he was walking the halls after the show, we all had to hide.
Why'd you hide?
Well, we were in the green. Actually, went on the. We were coming into the your show, the wrap-up show, and somebody made us move to the side. Then he walked by, and we had to go in the show. I don't know. It just sounded like the same shit. I have one more thing though. I wanted to say.
Sure.
It sounded like this morning Howard was getting annoyed at Robin for just constantly cutting into a conversation, like louder than him, and right in the middle of what Howard was saying. She just cut right in. Especially in the beginning of the show. It seemed like Howard was getting pissed off, but it's just the way he came back. He would talk even louder.
I noticed that I think it was about the Occupy Wall Street discussion, and I just think Howard thought Robin had a silly point of view about that.
All right, thanks, Jim. Jason in Manhattan, you're on the wrap-up show.
How you doing, guys? Big fan.
Thanks.
I don't know. I see that there might be a crack in the facade between the bromance between you guys. I don't know. You guys still in love with each other? I don't know. You guys sound like you might be getting on each other's nerves.
Wait, are you talking about John and I?
Yeah, probably you and John.
Not in love, but still very good friends. We spoke over the weekend. But what do you think is the crack? What are you hearing that makes it sound like John and I have something going on?
I don't know. I feel like, he'll say something and you'll have to say something that tops him just a little bit. And, you see, I hear a little animosity in John's voice.
Oh, that. Yeah, that.
I didn't know I was that transparent.
No, we still get along fine. I mean, if you give me a better example, I would totally address it. Because right now you're just going off a tone of voice.
Oh, come on, Gary.
But you'll see, again, if you watch Howard TV, John and I still look at each other when we talk.
So on Tuesday's wrap-up show, the guys got on Benji a little bit for basically being, how Gary put it, C-struck with a girl that he might not be getting with romantically ever. And then I came in a little bit later, sympathized with them. And, yeah, that's it.
Benji impresses a girl by jumping into that CNN broadcast, which was really funny, but says he doesn't care if he ever hooks up with her, and I'm calling bullshit on that.
We were just talking to Benji during the break, and we were saying how Marianne, who called today, used to intern for us. Marianne's very cute. And I said to Benji, I know that you were playing sort of the Al Roker model. If I just hang around long enough, she'll see what a good guy I am. And she did. She thought he was a great guy. But she just didn't want to fuck him.
Yeah, but she did want to make out with Booker at the party.
Oh, my God.
That's
the funniest story ever. Benji's putting in the time. She goes in the bathroom, and Booker goes meow, and she makes out with him. That is so great.
That's
it's a story.
It's the worst, though. I felt so bad for him.
It's 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, all those movies rolled into one.
Every John Hughes movie happened right to Benji. So, Benji, you were involved quite a bit in the show today.
Yeah.
Was it hard to hear Marianne tell that story about what happened with Booker?
Oh, no. That was literally, I think 12 years ago.
But the point was, it hurt at the time.
Oh, my God, yeah. I was, I had a huge, we've become, we've become super close. We're very good friends for life. She's one of my best friends. But
there was a period of time where you had romantic love for her.
I cried about it. I think I got counseling of, how to, I tried everything. And the truth is, she loves me too. She'll tell you that. She absolutely loves me
as a friend.
Yeah, actually a little more than that, maybe. But she, she might. I don't know if she's gonna call up or anything like that.
No, you're not in a relationship right now. right?
No.
And she's not either.
She date. No, she's not.
So now
we're
it's
both dating,
but now it's been down the road, and she still sees what a good guy you are, and still no chance of it. Like, it's no chance that it would ever happen. You wouldn't mind if it happened, would you?
I'm sexually attracted to her, but I'm also sexually attracted to your wife, to I'm sure whoever he dates.
The vacuum over there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I find her sexually attractive, and I love her, and she loves me, and we know we have that connection. But I don't have that romantic kind of feeling towards her, and I definitely don't have any kind of sad crush towards her.
Well, it sounds like with the girl you're with now, or trying to be with now, you're gonna hang in there no matter what.
The reason I brought her up is I think there's something fascinating about her, and I think she's an amazingly talented person.
But don't you think there's a part of you that
I think it's a funny thing too, the whole asexual.
It's a funny bit to bring up on the air, but the best thing that could happen is in this funny bit, somehow you get laid. It works out for everybody.
It's not just. It's really. I swear, my life. It's not just to get laid. Like,
but it wouldn't hurt.
I'm not. I don't think of her like that. Like I find her very sexually attractive, but it's like she possesses a quality that I'm like, wow, this is the kind of girl, whether it's her or someone else, that I want to marry.
Yeah, you're sea-struck.
What's that?
You're struck by the vagina.
Oh.
You're in lust because you don't really know her.
I'm brain-struck, bee-struck.
Have you ever felt this way about anyone else?
Yeah, I've had other girls in my life that have had aspects of this. Obviously, like girls I've dated, and some like Marianne has those qualities. There's people in my life I've met like that. Like Sheila had those qualities. There's people in my life that I've met. There's a girl, Tracy, you've met, like that I've dated, that have Charlie, that have amazing qualities. What's your wife's name again?
Debbie.
Debbie.
When you did the CNN thing,
yeah,
that was to impress this girl.
Yeah, because I told you guys, I vowed to completely stop doing that because I don't believe in it. It's like I feel like there's this, there's a slight immorality to it.
Then why'd you do it?
I want her to like me.
So you think she's going to like you more because
she definitely did. She loved it.
So do you think she's falling for your celebrity and not the true you that you are?
Nah, she likes who I am, but she likes for sure she likes celebrity too. But no, she thought it was ballsy and she thought it was funny and she got a kick out of it.
Now, did you guys talk about on the air earlier that she was in that band?
No, very little. I'll say her name so people aren't. Her name's Elisa Jordana.
But what band was she in?
Cobra Starship.
Now they had some huge hits, right? You know the band? Do you know the band Cobra Starship?
No.
They've had Hits One plays them a lot. Did they have that? Were they the Helen Keller song, or am I thinking of a different band?
There's a song about Helen Keller.
Oh yeah, you don't know about that one?
No.
It's just so ridiculous.
Are they doing like the noises?
Should I know who Cobra Starship is?
Yeah, they've had a couple of hits on Hits One. You should know in the sense like if you listen to Hits One and your daughters listen to them, they would probably know. But she's not. She wasn't in the band for the hits. What happened to her in the band?
She got out of it.
She left or she got thrown out.
I think it was a I don't know how much she wants to go into it, but it's like from what I know, like I think they think they're over.
It seems
like she originated like the guitar in that band, but I'm talking about her as a solo performer. Is her songs, every fucking song is like so catchy and so good. Now you might not like that genre, but it's like. When I said is Katy Perry good, is Lady Gaga good, it's that good. Her name's Elisa Jordana.
Yeah, you said that.
It
seemed today though you were making a point to make sure that she was booked on the show.
Well, she's already been booked.
None of us remember. I mean, Gary.
No, I do. Benji's right. Benji brought it up in a meeting, and Howard's like, Booker. Don't you remember we were in the? You might not have been in the meeting because you were doing wrap-up show, but Benji actually had somebody play the music from the board while we were in the meeting. And Howard didn't even really care about the music. It was more sort of like, I met this girl. I think her music's really good. She says she's asexual, which is why she wanted to have sex with me. Howard goes, Booker.
But it's not like there's something. You guys will see. You know, I know I'm probably maybe I'm hyping. Maybe it seems like I'm hyping.
You definitely hyped her up. I mean,
this person has an amazing quality, and you'll say this is someone that we're seeing before she's becoming super famous.
Oh, I hope you're right. For your sake, and
for whoever she ends up
and for her sake too. Yeah, whoever she ends up. But Howard seemed very skeptical that she's actually asexual.
Well, I am too. I find that fascinating. Like I've read about it. Like psychologically, there's been like articles about it that there are people that don't have or have very little. I think you might be, in fact, from like what I don't know, but you might be an asexual person.
I don't think I am.
You might not be. I don't know, but you don't masturbate. So that to me,
That doesn't mean I don't have sex.
Do you really love it when you have it?
Of course.
Okay. Well, she has told me she doesn't. Like, it's not what it's about for her.
With you.
Exactly. That's the point we're trying to make.
Here's what I think of. I
believe that is possible. I think, look, I absolutely know she didn't use, like I said, she didn't use the word asexual. When I started talking to her about sex and hooking up, and she seems like she's not into it. And I even said to her, is that cool? Can I, that's fascinating to me. Can I bring that up? Like, she knows I work here and everything. And to her, it's not that fascinating, but she really doesn't seem to have a strong...
I think there's a classic scene and line in that movie When Harry Met Sally, when she finds out that the guy that she's been dating forever, who said he didn't want to get married, gets married.
Yeah.
And she goes, I always thought he didn't want to get married, and I realized he just didn't want to marry me. I think that she likes sex.
No,
she just may not like it with you.
That's what I would think too. It's hard for me to believe. It's like I've talked to her about. It's like it would be like someone's telling me like, I don't really like food that much. Actually, Robin has said that, I think. But it's hard for me to believe because sex to me is so much fun. I don't, whether it's a psychological reason or a biological reason, I don't think she does right now. And
what about
she might be bullshitting me. She might just be saying that to be.
I was going to
sweet.
say, what about the possibility that she does love sex? She just doesn't want to have it with you.
Absolutely possible.
Are you pretty convinced that because she's not having sex with you, that she's not having sex with anyone?
No. I think she's not attracted to me.
No, but do you think she's having sex with other people?
Yeah, she's had sex in her whole life.
No, but you think right now?
No, I don't think she's having. I don't think she is.
Because that would be weird, right? Then you would be like,
no, we're not dating.
But it would be weird for you to say that she doesn't want to have sex with you because she's not into sex, but that she'd be having sex with someone else.
I believe her when I don't think she's. I don't know why, but I don't think she's that. I don't think she looks at sex in the way I do or you do right now.
But even Marianne had a funny joke this morning when she said, Howard said, did you tell Benji that you were asexual? She's like, no, that's a good one. I told her that's a good one.
No, Marianne loves sex. Marianne and I have talked about it. Like, is she really just, doesn't like sex that much?
One last question, then we're going to go to break.
But that's not why she's not into me. She's not into sex, but also not into me physically. So
it's like if I was
a double whammy.
If I were into sex, it wouldn't be with you.
Right.
That hurts.
Ouch.
No,
on both levels.
No, but I'm telling you, it's.
But you said today you're putting in the time, and you said today.
No, I'm not putting in the time.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
You don't care if anything happens with her physically. If you don't have a relationship, you just enjoy her. She's your friend. Stuff like.
Well,
no one puts in the time like that, Benji, without hoping for a sexual payoff.
Like, this is someone that I'm like, wow, I am blown away by. And yes, this is definitely someone I'd want to date, but I don't feel maybe as vulnerable as I used to be that I would get in this devastating crush about it. I appreciate her qualities. I want to be around them. If it doesn't work out with her, it's going to work out with someone else.
Now joined by J.D. Harmeyer, who's another big part of today's show, when Howard was talking about the effect puberty had on him.
Big part.
And, you were in there for the whole Seacrest rap. And he kept talking to you about how tough it is, growing up a certain way. And I want to know if that was true. Did you feel like you were sort of an outcast or ugly kid growing up?
I've never felt like I've ever been attractive. I mean, I've had girlfriends, what was it? I think 6th grade. I had, girlfriends, but after that, nothing.
Did you win the spelling bee that year?
That's the year I won the spelling bee. The girlfriend I was going out with at the time came and showed up.
The peak. She didn't show up to the spelling bee?
No, she did. A couple friends.
Wow. So 6th grade was the magical year?
Yeah. I think her name was Natalie Spencer. I think. I don't know.
I'm sure you remember.
I remember as Natalie.
How far did you go with Natalie?
I didn't go very far with. I didn't go far with anyone.
But did you guys? I mean, I don't know what you.
No, nothing. Nothing happened.
But were you how do you know she was your girlfriend? Did you guys say we're girlfriend boyfriend?
Yeah, it was elementary school, for Christ's sake,
But so. How did you guys say we're girlfriend boyfriend?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What happened?
High five.
I don't remember. I think she broke up with me for.
He got all famous from Get Smart.
Yeah. Hey, no, that was actually high school, and I did not get famous from that at all.
I would think you'd remember if you broke up with her versus her breaking up with you.
I don't remember.
Now, when you heard that story that Marianne told today about Benji ending up with making out with Booker, and after Benji had put in all that time, did you feel for him? Were you sympathetic?
Yeah,
at all?
Of course. Yeah.
Have you been in that situation at all?
Did Natalie make out with both?
I mean, I can't think of a specific example, but I'm sure, like, you know, I've definitely liked girls that have not liked me in that same way, and then seeing them, you know, be with someone else. It sucks. You just want to punch a hole in the wall.
But do you hold on? Do you keep sticking with it, or do you just cut bait?
Depends. I mean, I try to cut bait once, you know, I know nothing's gonna happen ever, but we hold on to this dream, you know. I was telling Lisa G this. We hold on to this dream that one day, maybe, but then you know,
I cut
the
bait 8 years into her marriage.
No, but I know what JD's saying, because I've been where JD is, and you're like, I feel the same way. Like, okay, I know I'm not the best looking guy, but if I spend enough time, she'll see that I'm a good person.
Something like that. I mean, it's not.
And they never do.
Yeah.
They just never. Like, I've never had anybody that I felt that way about go after a long time go, wow, I see what I haven't seen before.
But I mean, I don't know if we can get Lisa in here, but like, you know, she'll say, you know what, I'm really looking for a nice guy who. But the bottom line is, the looks come first in a lot of cases.
Well,
and
it's not it's not always just looks. I mean, looks are definitely a big part, but it's also, you know, where you are in life, how successful you are, and what, you know.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't make a lot of money here, so.
Do you think it's all about money?
I wouldn't say it's all about money, but no. I'm just saying that helps.
You're in better shape than a guy who makes your salary elsewhere because you got a little juice going on as JD from the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, there is that fame.
That's true. Well, listen,
don't be humble.
The fame. First of all, there's hardly any fame. Second, you know, it's not a big thing. I told this story recently where I went out to a bar and there were some college chicks there, and this guy tried to introduce me to him. He was like, "Yeah, he works for the Howard Stern show." They're like, "Oh, yeah, cool."
Yeah, but you graduated college 12 years ago.
Well, I'm just saying it doesn't. Whatever.
So, what was your move after you got introduced?
I didn't have a move. They didn't. They was like, "All right, okay," and they went and talked to themselves.
Well, did
again.
you try to talk to them?
I didn't know what I don't remember. I think I said something, but you know.
But again, we can get off into a whole other side conversation. You're waiting for somebody to go, "Oh my God, Howard Stern, he's the best.
No,
let me fuck you."
No. I wasn't saying that. Although that would be nice. But, you know,
has that ever happened?
Has that ever happened? I mean, not. I don't know. Like, not really. No.
JD.
I mean, like,
I know it's happened.
Well, like, okay, like, you know, through Facebook or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
in the case, yeah. But no. I mean, as far as like, they've never heard the show and they hear that and then they want to fuck you immediately. No.
I don't know. My friend worked at NBC, and he used to get chicks from the request line back before there was the internet. I would think for you it would be very easy with the internet now.
Well, it's definitely been easier. I'm just, you know, I don't know.
Well, I think you're definitely on the right path, and hopefully you won't experience that sixth grade breakup or any of that other stuff that's happened.
Well.
Have you looked up Natalie on Facebook?
Oh, I've definitely looked up girls. Yeah,
the one
I can't. You can't find them though.
The one that got away.
She's hidden.
Well, like the easier ones are from high school. Because I mean, these are from elementary school back in Ohio, and like I wouldn't remember.
Well, maybe someone could find Natalie Spencer.
It doesn't matter. Who knows?
Ohio.
Who knows what she's doing now?
Wednesday's wrap-up show was all about who the biggest whore is, and Debbie was the big winner, and we found out how she came to the show. That was through Sal. And Sal came down and explained himself, and that's really all I have to say.
Let's move off of that and off of Robin and on to the three women who did come in today to compete in the biggest horror contest. All three were extremely qualified, and the vote came in, and Debbie was the winner. She beat out Abby and Beth. And I thought that it would be closer. You know, Debbie really got a lot of the votes, and I guess her stories about what she does with sperm is what put her over the top.
Yeah, it was interesting. There was if you were just listening to it, you know, Debbie just like says, "I got to blow people 3 times a day." I thought, who was the middle girl?
Abby.
I thought Abby spoke about it also with such a cavalier attitude. Yeah, I met a guy. We did Eiffel Tower. We went there. I met these two guys last night. I thought they were all really convincing. But, to take sperm and ask to be frozen, to tell guys to jerk off at a condom and give it to her, that sets her apart.
What about Beth, who's having strangers come over and the kids are asleep upstairs and she's banging them there? I mean, unprotected, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty rough too.
Yeah, I thought.
I love the whole. She goes, I have a way to know. And so we go, what's today? She goes, we have them tested. And Howard goes, they bring a piece of paper. She's like, most of the time.
What was the most shocking thing you heard today from any of the contestants? Like you were like, wow. I think when Debbie talked about having people save up their, Howard was like, I'm out. Like he couldn't even deal with that.
He tapped out.
Was there anything else there that really shook you? How about you, Benji? You've heard some of this stuff before, I'm sure.
Well, I'm going to go back to one thing to the last thing, that the thing that took it away from me for Abby is that she said she has to be orally pleased to give a blowjob.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that took it away from her. What shocked me? I don't think, to me, it was the thing we've already just said, like freezing the sperm and, I don't know, mailing it to her.
Had you heard of the Eiffel before?
I feel I have heard of an Eiffel Tower before, but I had to think about it for a second.
We used to call that telephone. One in the mouthpiece, one in the receiver.
But also, I don't know if that implies the guys are kissing to make a triangle. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a whole weird thing. She said it like everybody knew what it was.
Okay.
Oh, I see. I got you. The guys high five, and that's how you get the Eiffel Tower. The other thing, too, is the other two girls were really young. So it was almost like, Tony Gwynn was competing with, Rookie of the Year. Like they were 21. In 10 years, they're going to have even more stories. But Debbie is in her 40s, and she's been doing it a long time.
Well, I thought Beth also, she started off saying her marriage was, pretty normal, nothing really crazy going on. And then they talked about opening up the marriage a little bit, and the husband sort of gets off on what she does. And, that made for a unique pitch, I thought.
Today was one of those great contests and you always hope for it to go that way. You never know exactly how it's going to go, where the first person comes out and you go, wow, that's pretty good. That's going to be hard to beat. And then the second person comes out and you go, oh, we have a contest here. And then the third person comes out and you go, holy shit. Because sometimes it's a little unbalanced. Today was a very balanced group. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Love the show.
Thanks. What's on your mind?
Gary, I sent you an email. I was just wondering, to make the contest a little bit more realistic, and I think that's what all the male fans are going for, is there any way to maybe next year to keep the two whores isolated, so this way, because everybody had done that, telling somebody a story, and then somebody jumps in with even a bigger story just because it's there?
I don't know what you're saying. I mean, isolate them how? Don't let them hear what the person before them said?
Exactly. So this way, because if you have the two whores there, it's like, oh man, that's a pretty good story. I'm going to have to embellish this one just to make me look like a bigger whore.
Yeah, but Mike, I don't think Debbie was changing her story whether she heard the previous two or not.
Debbie's story was exactly what she said in her original letter to us, which was exactly what she told Will in the pre-interview.
Yeah, I was going to say the pre-interview notes, if you read them from Will, they were crazy, and all their stories were pretty much in line. And man, I think if they told a crazier story on air that wasn't in the notes, we'd assume they were making it up.
Right.
So why wouldn't you say that to Will? I didn't go back and cross-reference everything, but I think pretty much in line with what
you don't think the semen popsicles was a last minute? Just
I freeze it.
Big Al, you're on the wrap-up show.
Question.
Big Al.
Great. Hello.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Al?
Yeah, so
You know what? We got to get rid of Al.
Yeah, sorry, Al.
But Al said, how did you find Debbie? And we solicited for the contest, and she wrote us.
Will said that he's been trying to get Debbie on the show in some way for a while. So I think we solicited for the other people, but we knew that Debbie would fill out for the biggest whore.
She might have just written us before the contest started, which makes her even better.
Exactly. That's what I mean. She's more of a true whore.
Producer Will Murray. Will, a caller before asked how we found Debbie, but how did we find all the contestants for the contest?
Well, everybody submitted an entry form for this. But Debbie, we had come to our attention earlier through Sal, if you believe it or not. He was friends with a dirty, filthy whore.
Sal?
That's right. Sal said he had known her before and had urged her to enter. And then I got an IM during the contest from somebody over TV that said, how much you want to bet Sal Siemens in her freezer?
I would bet anything.
Do you think that Sal would get off, like, in other words,
Yes.
he can't fuck her because he's married. Do you think Sal could sexually get off on the fact of jerking off and giving it to her knowing that she would drink it?
Yes.
Do you think that works for him?
100%.
I don't know what works for Sal.
That would get
Gary,
off for him.
he gets off on Debbie the Queefer's panties hanging in his office. I think he loves a girl that will submit to anything.
Would your wives get mad at that? If you did that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Benji, you've done some crazy stuff. Would you do that if she asked you to jerk off? And
I wouldn't get anything out of it. I mean, like to
You get to
mail
jerk
her.
off.
I mean, yeah.
She couldn't take it. If you jerked off immediately and froze it and gave it to her, she couldn't take it and use it
If
to
a
get
real
pregnant.
hot chick was in front of me, it's like saying, "Oh my god, I gotta like swallow your cum." I guess that would do it. But just to go to the trouble of freezing it and then figuring out a way to ship it to her, that would be too much.
But Will, these were 3 well-qualified whores.
Oh, they were great. I mean, I don't know if everyone liked the contest, but I thought Beth was a home run with the husband stories, and I don't even know if we got into the full extent of that, because one of the things she told me during the pre-interview is that her husband gets, like, she lets the guys come inside of her, and then she likes the husband to have sex with her while the other guy's load is still inside.
She mentioned it. They didn't go deep into it, but
Yeah,
she did mention
I
that the
mean,
husband will bang her immediately.
Is that
after.
some sick shit.
Is that her thing or his thing?
That's his thing. That's the
But she's-
husband's thing.
But she's up to help him out.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't even sound like it was really an open marriage. It was like, I'm just going to whore my wife out.
Right.
Hey, Sal, Will says that Debbie came to us through you.
Debbie actually Facebooked me about a year ago, and she just wanted me to get together with her. She wanted to, fly me out to Florida and have me come for her. And I let her. I made
Was
her.
she going to pay you?
No, I don't know. I don't remember the specifics. I was so blown away by that particular solicitation. I've never had that before. And at first I thought, hey, this is somebody roping me in. I work on the Stern Show. Somebody's
Fool
playing a
me.
joke on me. So, I treaded lightly. I said, well, what else do you do? And she said she had a cum fascination. And I said, yeah, well, why don't you show me a few of those cum fascination pictures? And those came through. And then she said, I just had a guy. I just cut open 8 condoms and drank them. And I'm like, all right, let's see that. And sure enough, she sent that. And that's when I said, hey, you know what? This girl could be great for the show.
She sent us a picture of a table covered with cut condoms.
Yeah.
Just like 15 of them on this
Right.
table.
See, this is my worst fear, and you know what I'm about to say, John.
Yes.
That Sal gets to be the creepy guy he is under the guise of doing research for the show.
It's for the show.
In other words, if he would have done this when he was a stockbroker, he probably would have been fired.
Right.
But here,
he's a star.
He's a star.
Which is actually very good. It's beneficial. The girl emailed me. She sent me the pictures. I forwarded it to Will, the segment producer, and she became the biggest
But wait a second,
whore in the world.
wait a second.
So
The way
it all
you
worked
started,
out well.
the way you started explaining the story, she wasn't looking to come on the show.
Right, she
it was
wasn't.
a private correspondence
Yes.
between you and her. So, and then you're exchanging these pictures in a private way, and
Yes.
then you decided she might be good for
No,
the show.
I thought I was being roped into a scam. She sent in the
What, we going to call the
pictures.
FBI, do a sting operation?
No. I
It
thought
sounds
she
like
could. Listen, whenever somebody emails me in any capacity, I work for the show. I think, hey, could this possibly be good for the show? I'm obviously not going to go out there and ejaculate on this girl as much as I'd like to. Don't get me wrong.
Obviously.
Well, but the things that once she followed through, I forwarded everything to Will.
But that was the question we had. If she said, hey, Sal, would you jerk off for me and send it to me and I'll hold on to it and then use it down the road, would you do something like that? And did something like that sort of get you off?
It wouldn't get. I mean, the only time I would get off is actually jacking off, and no, that wouldn't get. Just to pass it off to somebody, no, that would.
Well, knowing she's going to drink it and think of you, and
the fact that she drinks it and thinks of me, that's a little hot. It's so creepy and so disturbing that it's hot, but I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a 50-50.
Do you think it's the kind of thing that your wife will be upset about? Because you're doing something here and sending it there. You're not in the same room. There's no physical contact.
She probably would be upset, but the thing is that, think about this. You go to sperm banks, right? And you're creating life out of it. So there is pleasure that comes out of that. So you are jacking off. You are putting your semen into a container. The semen's going into something else. Life is being created. People are being happy. So what's the difference? I put my semen in a condom. I ship it off. I'm happy. She's happy. Same thing, but there's no pain-in-the-ass kid that's being born out of it. But actually, it's more beneficial.
But she's a little different than a sperm bank, Sal.
What?
She's a little different than a sperm bank.
Yeah, she's taking it in her mouth versus a vagina. That's the difference. One hole versus the other.
What is the difference? I guess, listen, Sal's making a little sense. What's the difference between jerking off and handing the girl a doggy bag of your semen and jerking off at the booths that you go to? I mean, you're still jerking off in front of a chick.
I personally don't find that super duper hot. I'd rather have full-blown sex, and oral.
Well,
but if the fact that this girl does it, it's interesting. It's interesting enough that she's the world's biggest whore, so she's doing something right.
Yeah, I think it's more interesting than hot.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think we got our answer, Gary.
I do too.
All right.
It's getting very dangerous for me to walk around and even speak to people anymore.
What happened?
Because so many people can't get on this show.
Uh-oh.
I was leaving the building last week.
Who'd you run into?
And I ran into Kevin Sorbo, the guy who used to play Hercules.
Oh, please. I was called out to the green room before he got to you. Let me come in and tell you this, Howard. We'll tell our stories together.
I mean, let me ask you something, because I get this all the time. I mean, Kevin Sorbo's got to know on some level things aren't exactly hot for him right now in Hollywood. I mean, why is it so shocking to people that they can't get booked on a show?
So there's a really funny move that people like that have. So it's 8:30 last Wednesday, and I've been told that Kevin's out in the outside green room, and he really wants to see me. So I go out there, and the move is, I'd love to say hello to Howard.
Oh.
And I say, well, we're on air right now. And he goes, yeah, that's what I mean. I'd like to come in on the air and just say hello, which is meaning I want to be on the show.
Yeah, people think we have nothing to do.
And that was a day that we had 3 guests.
Yeah, so I go. Listen, we're on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. We want two guests a day. We don't get as many people on. And by the way, today we had 3 guests on. Howard yelled at me for having 3 guests on. So and he still, seemed a little disappointed that he still couldn't walk in and say hello.
I mean, he's not Bob Hope.
I mean, he's a nice guy, but he really wanted to get in.
Well, he does have an interesting story, because he wrote this book called True Strength, I think.
Yeah.
And it's all about how, as Hercules, he's like in great shape, a strong guy. He actually had an aneurysm and had 3 strokes and almost lost his life.
Because of all the working out?
I don't know exactly what caused it, but, the book is about his comeback. Like he lost, his sight was impaired.
So nobody even knew he had a comeback.
It was between seasons of the show, and he
probably
said
all that working out.
He said at first, I said, well, how did you deal with it? He said, I came back and we shot for like an hour a day. And then we shoot for 2 hours a day. It was an interesting story.
Listen to me, Gary. All of that working out and putting pressure on the joints and the pressure in your head, and it's very difficult. There's too much working out, and really, it's not necessary.
But, Mom, he played Hercules.
Hercules, yeah. He had to work out all the time for Hercules.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, he's supposed to be in incredible shape.
Is that right? Listen, your father and I are in good shape. We walk. We go to the gym once a week. But he's overdoing it. And you're overdoing it.
What do you mean?
All that running around. All of that exercise.
Oh, your heel hurts.
Of course, because of the pounding is very hard on the joints.
Ma, I'm fine. I want to do some exercise. I sit in a chair all day.
Listen, I said movement is good. Your father and I walk.
Yeah, but I'm not 85 fucking years old. I can run.
Oh, yeah? You think that's... Your father never ran, and neither did I.
Look, I'm not going to talk about this. You're making me cuckoo. And Kevin Sorbo absolutely had to work out hard to be Hercules.
Oh, yeah? All right, look. Yeah, I'm going to go now.
All right, goodbye. That's the lecture.
So anyway, I ran into him later in the afternoon, and I'm just seeing this guy walk by me, and I'm like, oh, that's Kevin Sorbo. And I said, Kevin, hi. And he turned around.
That was your mistake. Why'd you say hello?
I know, but you see somebody, you don't know that this intrigue has gone on.
So I walk. You got to see me walk out. You walk out of here today with me. No one can even catch me. I sprint right out of this building. No one catches me.
Well, I stopped to say hello, and I got the whole, I wanted to come in today, but Gary wouldn't let me.
Well, that means Gary's doing his job.
Yeah, Gary's the bad guy.
Yeah, Gary, why didn't you tell me Kevin Sorbo?
Can I tell you the great game that I play now? It's actually a physical game. We pass on a guest, right? Then we finish the show, and I go to do the wrap-up show, and that guest is sitting in the lobby.
Right.
So I now have to wait till they look the other way and run behind them.
Do you really do that?
I really do that.
My God. Hey,
I've done that with a lot of people.
Speaking of the wrap-up show, I do want to address this. I don't know if you heard it. Chances are you did, but Ronnie and Sal had a real good fight on the wrap-up show.
Really?
Yeah.
Ronnie and Sal?
Yeah, Ronnie and Sal. Like, Sal took some low blows to Ronnie about his marriage breaking up. And
really?
It started
I
out
thought it
with
was outrageous.
It started out with who would go Skippy on Howard on the show. That's what the conversation started. So then Sal's name came up. And then Sal got mad at Ronnie because Ronnie said, well, Sal's crazy. He could do that. And Sal went right at him.
You are nuts, Sal. Do you know why?
Why?
Because once you make a statement like you make, all your stupid statements, and you say, well, I don't mean that now. Once you make that statement, you can never take that statement back.
What, are you a shrink?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't take that back.
I'm not taking anything back.
No, you say you've improved. You didn't improve.
Sure,
It's all
people
there,
change.
dude.
People
You're
change.
You're still fucking nuts.
Have you not changed?
None of that shit
Have
goes
you not
away.
changed? You used to be a normal, sane man, married to a nice woman with kids, and now you're out. You're this old wacky elf in strip clubs every night. You fucking changed. You went fucking nuts. Look at you. You look like a 4-year-old with a mustache on for Halloween. You're a little fucking
you're so jealous of my
loudmouth,
life
wacky,
now. I'm
grouchy
sorry.
idiot who parades around in strip clubs. You had a nice family, which I would consider to be normal.
You can't wait. Wait a minute. Who's the guy who can't wait to get to the strip club tonight?
Well, tonight is a special event.
Huh? Who's
At
the guy
Rick's.
who can't wait to get there?
But I still have my sanity.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
You're
do.
Not happy?
Yes, I'm very happy.
You're not happy.
I'm extremely happy,
not.
you
Don't
asshole.
go down my road where what I did.
Your road is
At least
busted and old.
If I wasn't happy, I
Your
left.
road is decrepit. You have a dirt road going
You're
to nowhere.
a stupid ass. You hang
You're
out.
a road where
You're not
fucking
happy.
rapists down south drive up chicks and fuck them and cut their head off. You have
what
no
are you
road.
talking about?
Your road is a demented,
Why
dark
would you even say
shithole.
something? When would I ever say something like that?
You're not.
Look at this demented shit that you come out
What
with.
demented shit?
You
if I
gotta
come,
worry
what
about
demented
you.
Shit? What demented
You're
shit if I come out?
fucking nuts. You
I'm
really
not
are.
nuts. I'm not nuts.
I mean, you make statements like you make, man. That's fucking nuts. I would never say shit like that.
Oh, because I asked my boss 5 years ago if I could sleep. Guess what? When I worked in Wall Street, I could have asked my boss to stay over.
Boss to sleep in their house.
But your boss,
he's got the
I
fucking
could see
size
if
of the
it was a
house
blizzard.
of a fucking mall. You think there'd be a little room for one of his employees for one goddamn
Listen,
night?
let me tell you.
No, I'm asking me
Let me
why.
tell you something. Howard
stop.
offered to
I'm
let
not
me
being
sleep in his
analyzed.
house a million times when we've had bad weather. Okay.
There you go. So you just proved my point. He let you sleep over.
But he offered. I didn't ask him.
Okay, well that would.
Why
so
would you
what?
even think of asking
Because I was
him?
confident enough as a friend to ask him because I was in the city. That doesn't make me crazy. To ask somebody who you
You're
consider
not
a
that good
friend to
of
sleep
his.
over
I'm
is not crazy.
I wouldn't even do. I'm with him way longer than you. I would never think of asking him. Hey, Howard, can I sleep in your house tonight?
Well, that's
What are
you.
you, a fucking
That's
whack
you.
job? I'm telling you, you are a whack job.
I'm not a whack job for
He's
that.
right. By the way, we were talking to Sal about how he would be the one to go skipping. He's like, I'm not. You're perfectly normal. So we brought up the sleeping thing, and he goes, that was a long time ago. I get it now. But in that clip, you could see he doesn't get it because he clearly thinks you were wrong to not let him sleep over.
Yeah, like I have a big enough apartment that I should let him just sleep over.
In the meantime, there are a lot of people who he really was friendlier with that had apartments in the city that he could have asked Will.
Right.
He could have asked a lot of other people.
No, he would be more comfortable at my place.
Of course he
You
would.
have the room.
Right.
You practically owe it to him.
You wouldn't even know he was there.
people make big transitions in their life. They're capable of doing it, and that's what I did.
That was the point you made, but you made it sound like what he did was bad and
well,
evil
I'm sorry,
for doing
I didn't
it.
mean it that way.
That's exactly what you meant.
But it's a big transition to go from a
you're
family
backpedaling
to
now.
a wild swinging old fart at a strip club. That's a big transition.
Dude, I'm not a swinging old fart at a strip club. I don't live there. I don't know where you get this idea
the point I'm trying to make is that you said I don't
work for them. I do appearance for them. I go
you do
there
a great
once.
job.
I'm
Take
not
it easy,
there
old man.
all the
Listen to me.
time.
You're very
you
good.
think I'm
very
there every
good.
goddamn fucking night? You're out of your mind.
Ronnie, the point I'm trying to make
You
is
are
that
out of your mind.
you said I don't have the ability to change. You changed, and you're doing fine. So I changed.
How do you know
as well.
I'm doing fine? I might not be doing fine. I might have put
And
on
you didn't say he was doing fine at all.
On a great show
Well,
for everybody.
you
Maybe
said-
I'm not doing
He
fine.
says he's happy all the
you
time.
painted him as the
All right,
opposite
you know
of
what?
fine.
You changed and you're not doing fine. I changed and I am doing fine.
No, you're not doing fine.
I'm doing fine. You're not doing
because
fine.
your thoughts came out to him about how you felt going
thoughts?
back a long time ago.
Big deal.
No, it is a big
Ask a
deal
guy
because
to-
you can't take back what you've said.
I'm not.
Boy, when those guys argue, it goes on and on and on.
Jesus.
I'm getting a little woozy from it.
I love in the first clip how Sal used the word demented, and then Ronnie thought it was a good word too. And
He
they
said
both,
demented.
So they both sort of go back and forth with demented.
I was surprised
It's
either
the
one of them.
demented argument.
I was surprised either one of them knew the word demented.
I think they just knew it sounded cool.
Yeah. Wow. Sal going in there with the marriage stuff and the whole thing.
I think that Robin Salem opened up a door, and now
Yeah.
everybody's rushing through it.
Yeah. She kind of she led the way. Now it's Ronnie's
There
whole
was
thing.
a breach.
Yeah, there was a breach. No one was really bringing
No
that
one
up.
was touching it.
Ooh, wee.
Salvatore.
Yes.
Seemed like the argument you had with Ronnie recently was rather deep-rooted. The fact that you went right for the jugular, you really attacked.
First of all, there is no jugular left in that guy. There's no jugular. There's nothing there. I mean, it's like picking up a cadaver. There's no jugular.
I mean, Sal can't ruffle my feathers. I could say plenty about him, but I don't. There's plenty more I could let out there, and I'm sure that he thinks there's plenty more he could let out on me. But you know what? I got plenty up on him.
Is Ronnie delusional? Do you think that he isn't able to step outside and realize how much he has changed and how much?
Well, Ronnie called me out for not changing. Once you say something, that's it. You can't change. Apparently, he has changed. So, he is delusional. If he's telling me that I can't change, yet he's a man who changed, who's the one that sounds like a stupid asshole?
I'd have to say he does, but
right. You have to say who, Greg? The man behind the camera?
Ronnie.
Well, there you go. And you represent the audience. Because right now I'm looking at the audience.
Exactly.
An audience? Who's the stupid asshole? Ronnie. There you go.
He's a little bit of an idiot, and I told him that to his face, and then I'll tell him whatever I want to his face. I'm not afraid to tell him anything. Or you.
I'm not saying you're
You're
afraid.
a pain in the fucking ass, too.
I know I'm a pain in the ass, but
Just
that's
so
my
you know.
job.
That's fine. But I have no ill feelings towards you. We get along fine, don't we?
We get along swimmingly.
Okay, swimmingly. I like that.
But you and Sal, the fact that you were ready to open up these wounds, you're ready to go for the jugular.
Well, he started it, dude.
Right, but normally if you have an argument with someone that you like, you don't go instantly to
Well,
use
what do you
such
think?
harsh words.
You got the wrong person, man. I'm not going to stand there. You're going to stand there and attack me. You think I'm going to stand there and take it without shooting back my gun, taking out my gun and shooting you?
I'm just talking about how venomous the argument became. Speaks to the fact that maybe there was a beef between you and Sal prior
It started
to this.
out as a talk about him being a little off the wall for trying to sleep in Howard's house. That's how it started off. Then we went to how I left my wife and I'm living in a strip club and all this kind of bullshit. Where do you translate that to? That's not going for the jugular? I didn't say anything like that to him. I could have said plenty and I didn't.
He was being honest, and I was being honest. But overall, I like Ronnie, and Ronnie, I tend to believe Ronnie likes me. He probably won't admit it, but we get along. We're just, I wouldn't even say ball breaking. I think he was trying to give me a dose of tough love, but it doesn't work with him. He's the last person on earth that you want to get advice from.
You're not gonna take sanity advice from a guy who wears tinted glasses indoors.
No, and skin-tight belly shirts and turtlenecks, and a man who dyes his beard and wears skull and crossbone T-shirts on the weekends at the age of 62 years old. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And likes a vibrator rubbed against his asshole. And has dreams about sucking dick and getting fucked with the pussy. That's, yeah. You know what? Come to think of it, I will take sanity advice from him.
You can't take it back.
Coming from a guy who says,
Last night I dreamt that I had a pussy and a man was fucking me.
and he's talking about me taking back shit? If I had a dream like that, the last thing I would do is say it on the show that it's 20 million listeners, you stupid jerk off. God, case closed. Captain Sanity, you're looking at it.
Yes, Vince. Then we'll get right to the news. Yeah, Vince.
Hey, I was watching an old episode of, this is a question for all you guys. I was watching an old episode of To Catch a Predator, and I was just wondering if you guys had a relative, whether it be a son or a father or anything that got caught in one of those things, how would you handle it? Would you disown him? Would you not talk to him? Like, what would you do?
If my son was a child molester?
Well, if he was going online and meeting...
I would never abandon any of my children. But I
what
guess,
do you do?
I mean, I think at this point you just... Well, if you know he's a child molester, you have him locked up because he's going to ruin some kid. But you have to, right? You can't protect a child molester under any circumstance.
What if it's an uncle, a cousin?
Can't protect him. Got to report him.
But, do you have him to family events?
Are the kids there?
You gotta. It's all adult events.
I don't know. Like if your son.
See, these are sticky issues.
If your son's a child molester, do you have him to family events? Well, hopefully you've reported him to the authorities and he's not available for family events.
They do get out eventually, Howard. They don't lock these people up for life.
Oh. Well, I guess I'd have to have him at family events, but I have to say, hey, everyone, listen.
He has to wear a scarlet letter.
My boy's a child molester. I love him because he's my son, but at the same point, he's fucked up. So, enter at your own risk.
See, that's a problem. On the show, so many people come through, and then they say that they were molested by somebody, and then you say, did you ever see him again? They say, yeah, I see him every year at Christmas.
Yeah.
Right.
We exchange gifts.
It's so uncomfortable.
Doesn't make sense.
Look, I grew up with my molester.
Yeah, I mean, Robin. But Robin couldn't get. You needed a father. I mean, not that you needed a father. How do you get your father out of the house when you're a little kid? You can't.
That's right.
I mean, that's a different situation. He's asking if your dad found out you were the child molester. What do you do?
Well, you know what? I was looking that last week. I did that story about the guy they arrested, and he had porn on his phone, and his zipper was down, and they thought he was one of the guys molesting women in Queens and Brooklyn. And it turns out that they had to let him go after the story broke. But he was still out there in the middle of the night with his zipper down and porn on his phone.
Yeah, but he was just doing it by himself. He wasn't harming anyone.
So
I want to know what guy.
How do you treat him at Thanksgiving?
I want to know what guy doesn't have porn on his phone.
Yeah, but you're not outside.
You have your dick out of your zipper outside.
Oh, well, that's tough. That's when you know something's wrong.
But so the point is, okay, say you have a son and your son's a child molester.
Right.
And he's been convicted.
Right.
Done his jail time.
Right.
But in your mind, you know he did it once, and so now you have family gatherings where there's kids there. What do you do?
I think you say to him, hey, son, you are a child molester. I can't have you around children. And evidently you don't know how to conduct yourself with proper behavior.
But I'm cured.
And so we can't.
There's no cure.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can't trust you in those situations. Sometimes your kids can't be part of everything. It's a tough thing to say, but you got to say
it. You can't meet your cousin or your uncle.
Your cousin's a very hot 5-year-old. What are you going to say? Oh, if this happens one more time, you're in big hot water with me. No, you got to say, listen, you broke the trust and you can't be at family gatherings, and it's not going to change. And if the kid can't handle it, tough shit. That's the consequence. Go ahead, Pat. You have the last word.
Yeah, Howard?
Yeah.
I want to ask Robin, on her free time, does she ever go out to the bars or the clubs in New York?
No.
Sure she does. She's lying. Why would you say no?
I don't do it on a regular basis.
He asked if you ever go to bars and clubs to meet guys. You do. You have a pack of gals you go with, and you.
But I haven't done that in a long time. Maybe
why,
I've
you
turned
embarrassed?
over a new leaf. I don't know. I just haven't done it.
Why did you lie to him? That's not like you.
Do the guys hit
It
on her?
just seemed like the right answer at this moment.
No.
Do the guys hit on her when she's out there?
Sure they do.
I mean, she is attractive. When you go on YouTube, they show pictures throughout the years of Robin. I don't particularly care for her in the WOR days, but she cut her hair.
You mean WNBC days?
No, WOR
on the shows.
She looked
cut her
lovely.
hair too short, but as she got older,
I like that look with that short little afro, the flat top. That was one of my favorites. I thought I loved your hair like that. She'd wear dark glasses and the flat top and big titties. Come on.
Well, she was heavier set than back then. Now she's a lot thinner. And she's 56 years old now and more attractive.
I'm much older than that.
She's no hag. No, the thing that saves Robin is she doesn't look her age.
Yeah, absolutely. Most black people don't.
That's not true. I've seen some terrible-looking black people who have aged horribly.
Wow.
I'm not going to mention their names. But Robin, and I don't know that she is aware of this, she looks in her 30s. Now, she's lucky. And any guy listening should realize that.
Well, that's why I'm wondering, when she goes out, that the guys don't hit her. I mean, what is she attracted to? I know she was with Mr. X for a long time.
She is open to a lot of different kind of guys.
Well, let's say she was.
And she goes out and she's friendly and she dances with these guys. She told me what she does. She's embarrassed right now about it, but
I'm not embarrassed.
Sure, she goes out, she dances around. She doesn't particularly like dancing, but she tries.
I need a cock.
Okay. There's no shame in that, Robin.
I need a cock.
Now you're opening up.
So I'm not embarrassed.
Right.
I need a cock.
Well,
who doesn't?
Like when she's at her apartment building, I mean, and she's in the elevator, don't guys hit on her then? I mean, guys have to hit on you, Robin.
Sure, it happens. What? What's the big deal?
I've been there when guys hit on her. I walked down the street with her one time, and this guy, I believe he was a parking lot attendant, he started coming on to her and saying things in front of me. Now, for all he knew, I could have been her boyfriend, and he could care less.
Well, you guys been around for 30 years. Everybody knows you ain't her boyfriend, Howard.
Well, I don't think this guy was aware of anything.
Well, this guy didn't know who anybody was.
No, I don't think he knew Robin. I don't think he knew me. This was years ago.
But, hey, Robin, are you attracted to just black guys, or are you attracted to white guys? Or?
No, she goes all the ways.
I need a cock. I'm attracted to really wonderful people.
She's attracted to anybody.
Not. I mean, you haven't been involved with anybody for years, and what'd you go, 8 years without sex?
Robin, has a total stranger ever hit on you and it worked out?
Well, the guy in the guy in the
book
in the
San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah.
Right. Right.
Oh, the guy who she had anal with?
The poop shoot guy.
I didn't want to say that.
First of all, I thought that guy was weird because who meets someone and the first thing they do is fuck her in the ass? I mean, that's just insane.
He didn't want to get me pregnant.
Yeah, I mean that's
he didn't
insane.
Know me. He just figured, you know what? Let's not take a chance.
He looked over Robin. He goes, "Well, you know what? Let's skip your vagina." I say that guy was maybe gay because that guy's
nuts.
nuts.
About him? Did he dress well, or was he super attractive?
Who knew what he was dressed like? I met him that night.
Yeah, but what attracted you to him?
I don't know. It was a chemistry thing, I guess.
Theo, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, you were talking about family members that do weird things. Once during a Christmas dinner, I had an uncle who was talking about how hot the other aunts were. And he said, "Oh, I'd bang her." And he leaned back, adjusted himself on the couch a little bit, stretched out, and blew a load in his pants. Now, when you're a kid, 7, 8 years old, what do?
He blew a load in his pants at Christmas?
Talking about the ants.
Talking about the ants.
And he blew his load spontaneously without touching himself?
No, he reached in his pants, adjusted a little bit, and stretched out a little bit, and all the other uncles were sitting in the living room watching.
How do you know he blew his load?
Yeah, dropping loads. It was that. You got a funny look in your face.
No.
He got up and cleaned himself up, and what are you doing when you're a little kid? You know what I mean?
I never heard of such a thing. I don't know what you do when you're a little kid. You go to your room and hide.
Hello, Robin.
Yes, hello.
May I talk to you for a minute?
Certainly. What is it?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about your I was going to say your clubbing ways, but really your non-clubbing ways. So,
I occasionally go to a club, but not enough to say I'm a club girl.
What is it about going out to bars and clubs and being hit on that's such a turnoff for most women, actually?
Well, it's just that you don't think anybody really serious or that you should bring home would be in a club hitting on you. I don't know why, but that's generally the rationale. It's like, this is just for fun, and, you don't think, that you should bring that guy home.
Because it's such a party atmosphere. There's booze, there's loud music.
Right, and this is what they do. They're here all the time looking for women.
So how does one pick up Robin Quivers? What's the method?
Oh, you know.
Well, I mean, I know, but I'm talking about the general public. I mean, I'm an exception, obviously.
How does one pick up Robin Quivers? How do I know? It just happens, you know. Something happens. You have to either develop a relationship somehow if you constantly put yourself in my way, or, you have to have some kind of a way of getting to me. I don't know. How would I be able to answer that question?
Well, if one were to bump into you in the street and they wanted to make a play for you, what's the only chance they have? Because it's obviously not going to work at a bar or a club.
What's the only chance they have?
How can they become like that legendary San Francisco man?
Obviously, I would have to be in the mood.
It's true. It is a two-way street here.
I can only tell you the people who've been unsuccessful. There was one guy who walked up to me one day and he gave me his card and he said, "I'm the right man for you. You don't know it yet, but I'm the right man for you." And I certainly never called him.
So business cards are out.
No, not business cards. It was just like, why would you say that to me? I'm the right man for you. And why would I just take your card? You're some guy walking down the street. That seems odd.
So you'd like a little bit of a clever move, not something shticky like that, but just, are you saying be yourself?
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do. You have to have some self-confidence. The usual things that people say.
Let yourself shine through.
Yeah.
And it may just lead to a date with
right.
Robin
Yeah, it could. Who knows?
This is a Howard TV original production.
On this episode, Brian Phelan gets a new best friend.
This is Brownie when he's sleeping.
And we meet the man behind the voices, Sour Shoes.
The lines are all jammed up. It's a very guest-heavy day.
Give me that love organ, yeah.
What's your problem? Testing 1, 2. Baba Boo.
Yeah. Hey-oh, yeah.
I have been the spokesperson for the North Shore Animal League America for over 6 years now.
North Shore Animal League is Beth's passion. Dogs and cats are her passion, and animals and animal rights, and she loves finding homes for these dogs.
Well, the story of Duncan, the little Basset Hound Beagle mix, was I had a purse, and I thought, I want to go up and say hi to my husband, but I also would like to smuggle a puppy up.
Hi, adopt me. My name's Duncan. I'm 10 weeks old, and I'm a Basset Hound pedigree. Aren't I cute? Are you kidding me?
You're just a sweet face.
What is a little pig on your nose? What? I wonder if she why is my boob all wet? Slobber? It's a little awkward. Look at, talk about, I'm doing Good Day New York, and I'm gonna have, hi, I'm lactating.
Cool dog.
I knew you could get up eventually, and I was getting this one up.
How are you?
They are my heart and soul. It's my passion in life to just spread the word. You rescue an animal, you're saving a life. 10-week-old Basset Hound mix. Muddigree, right? Muddigree. Up for adoption this weekend. Up for adoption, North Shore Animal League this weekend.
I had a dog, a Basset Hound, and when we had our second child, the dog got hit by a car and died. And I wasn't really into getting another dog and raising a child and a puppy at the same time, so we held off on getting another dog.
Goodbye, Gary.
Out of the blue, I was going to go run in on the air and say I want the dog, but, you know, being married, you always got to ask permission somewhat and make sure it's cool with the wife. So I texted her, and she said, send me a picture.
Hey, Beth. Hi. Brian asked if I could take a picture of him because Brian Phelan, he might want to adopt. His wife might want to adopt.
Let's get the whole...
Okay.
The dog is adorable.
Ever, right?
I was there when Greg Carmel took a picture of Phelan's dog, and I was like, that is a really cute guy taking a picture of a cute dog.
How old is it?
Cool. 10 weeks. Got it?
Got it. Thank you. Brian Phelan said he just might want to adopt the dog.
I just heard.
Yeah,
Let us know.
All right.
So I sent this picture to my wife, and she said, yes, let's get the dog.
Hey, just shoot way back.
Way back?
No.
Probably on the TV, that's why. He wanted a pet for the kids, and the fact that he adopted a puppy is great. Beth will make sure that you get the dog. I just want to make sure that you didn't...
All right. Just, I left a message on her phone with my number, so just give her a call and have her call me.
I'll call her when I get downstairs.
Thanks.
Beth came in with the puppy, and Beth was sitting there with the puppy, and Brian got taken. I was glad for the dog. I'm glad for Brian's family. Brian's a great guy. I'm sure he's a great owner.
And from that point on, I put him in touch with the people at North Shore Animal League.
I go home and I tell Tammy, my wife, that, you know, we're going to get the dog, but I want to do a surprise to the kids. Guys, come over here. I tell my kids that someone special is coming to visit us at the house. We have to go pick them up. So my kids are asking a million questions, who, and they're going through the whole list of people, you know, grandpa, grandma. And the second we get off the expressway to get the dog at the North Shore Animal League, my daughter says, are we getting a pet? And I just shut up after that. Okay, this is your big surprise.
We have arrived.
Guess who we're picking up?
Oh.
Rachel, if you reach over there, there's something in the middle of the thing.
There is?
Yeah. There's a red thing there?
Something red.
Is there something red there?
Red.
Underneath that stuff? Yeah, grab that.
Oh, a dog! We're getting a dog.
I think we're going to get a dog. Being a dad, you know, and surprising the kids, I feel like a new addition to the family. I feel like, you know, kind of cool. You know, like, hey, dad stepped up and we got a dog.
It's a great day when you're walking into the office at 6 in the morning and you hear, you can sing.
Good morning! Yeah.
I knew for sure it was Sour Shoes as soon as I heard that voice. So I turned around, pulled out my camera.
What's up, Sour? You can talk. It's video. Where's Pharrell?
He's right here. Yeah, amazing last night. 4 hockey games. I got them all right. I got the Bruins score right. I had the Lightning over my Penguins. They wouldn't shoot the puck in the fourth period, in the third period.
As soon as I got up to the control room, I told the guys that Sour Shoes was outside. I immediately dispatched the crew.
I'm trying to get this all wired up.
The first thing Sour Shoes does is he gives us a tour of this horrendous-looking car. I believe that car is a Valiant, by the way. It's just this old car, and inside is junk, almost like he's sort of a hoarder slash homeless slash musician going on the road to tour.
Come on in. The ward is fine.
This radio is AM radio, and I think Frankie or Steven, my big brothers, put this tape in. This is the Beatles, 67 to 70.
Hey, cousin. You know, this is a great, whenever you can make compilation tapes, it's great, cousin. And I was just great. About 40 songs, and for the price of $4, you can't beat that one.
Come on, let's play.
The seats are very comfortable. It's burlap. It's burlap, so it's very comfortable. I got my good clothes in here. I was hoping there could be an opening in the sales department here. Just give you an example. I want to just relax a little bit. I go in the back seat and I color.
One of the oddest things that we saw in his car were these coloring books that Sour Shoes had, but they're not like your everyday normal coloring books that you would give to kids, but he really seemed very happy and infatuated with these demented coloring books.
And then I like to serenade for a little while.
The guy even has an old school telephone in his car.
Yeah, I have this again. This one's rigged up to the carburetor, and I'm able to get callers coming to the phone lines. They're all jammed up this morning. Where are you calling from? Oh, Sheboygan. We've got a prize package to the Sheboygan Sausage Festival, Alan Kirschfeld. It's an all-expenses yours trip. How does that sound, caller?
He shows us this keyboard that he somehow has rigged to the engine of his car.
The keyboard, it needs probably another hour to warm up. Yeah, probably about another hour to warm up. And Scott hasn't come down yet. Scott! Wow. See, if I idle it real high, I can get the RPMs up, and then I can power the organ off. Oh, this organ. Give me that love organ, yeah.
99% of the time, he would talk to you doing imitations. It could be Artie. It could be Gary. It could be Tracy Millman, Scott Farrell. So many different imitations, and he's spot on with all of them.
Turn your radio down. All right, just the lines are all jammed up. It's a very guest-heavy day.
The first time I heard the Sour Shoes impression, I didn't think it sounded like me.
Right. I gotta go. BBM me later. Right.
I think the Sour Shoes impression of me is a tiny bit effeminate, which I'm not really a fan of.
How can I help you? Right.
Yes, Tracy. Douche. Fuck you.
The guy is just absolutely captivating.
I'm tired. I'm not doing this right now. You didn't get a single buyback. Gary, I love you. Dabba I love you, but
Yeah, but this whole Don Rickles shit doesn't fly with me. Yeah. No, it doesn't. No.
Whoa. Embargoes. PLO. Wow.
He's just a big kid in a grown-up's body.
I love you.
All right, I'm at the North Shore Animal League, and I'm here to pick up Duncan the dog.
No.
Let's go inside and see what we got. Right, kid?
Yeah.
Come on in.
That day, there was an event going on at the North Shore Animal League, so we walk in, and there's, a ton of people and a ton of animals and just dogs everywhere.
I said I was never going to guess, and I did.
You did guess. You guessed right. And what is it?
A dog.
A dog. That's right. Are you psyched? Yeah, you excited? You gonna have a doggy?
And the woman from North Shore brings over the dog and introduces us.
Hey, here we go. Hey, hi. There's your doggy, Rach.
My daughter is very excited, but very timid because she's never really had a dog, so she doesn't know how to react to it. So she didn't really want to touch it at first.
Okay, you don't want to hold him? I would love to hold him.
The dog was just so cute. I mean, it was so small. It was 10 weeks old.
See, look at these paws. Look. Yeah. How you doing, buddy? Wow, you are a cute dog.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Look how cute and little he is.
That's our new doggy. Look, we just got him a little bandana.
There you go. Cool.
I knew that dog was going to go to an amazing home.
There's little Duncan.
You're fighting now? Oh, you like your belly rub?
They're warm, they're healthy family, they're going to treat this dog the right way. And if Brian had any questions, he knows who to ask. So I felt like keeping it in the network of family, it makes it even better.
All right, so I got the dog. Here he is. Name's Duncan right now, but I think they want to change the name. And we're going to go home and enjoy the doggy. So thanks for everything. Goodbye, doggy.
And we brought the little guy home.
There you go.
Hey. Look at how small you are. He looked like a squirrel in my backyard. It was just crazy how the size of what he was. Look at how small you are, you little doggy.
Brownie, look, boy, look, Brownie.
I put the camera down, and unbeknownst to me, my daughter grabs the camera and just starts filming a ton of stuff with the dog.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rachel, and this is Kevin. And we are going to be videotaping a new member of the family. He's 10 weeks old. It's a boy. He has a cold. And it's Brownie!
The dog's name was Duncan, which I loved. I thought it was a perfect name. He looks like a Duncan. It was just awesome. And the kids weren't happy with that name. They didn't like him at all. And of course, being a father, you have no say. And the kids just overrule, and they name the dog Brownie.
This is Brownie when he's sleeping. There he is.
And this is Kevin's dirty face.
And there's Kevin.
Show Kevin's dirty face.
And there's Mom.
Is he sleeping?
There he is. He's so cute.
She's her own little camera person now. She does better work than me.
Once again, I'm Rachel. Goodbye. Brownie, say goodbye. Brownie!
My first dog I had, I never caged, but everybody told me to cage the animal. It'd be easy for training it. So I got a cage, and the first thing I did was I put a wee-wee pad in the cage as a layer, like a blanket, to be comfortable instead of just nothing.
Those little wee-wee pads have a scent that dogs know to pee on it. And Brian couldn't understand why the dog was peeing where he slept. Well, he had the wee-wee pad in the crate. People, I don't think anyone else but Brian Phelan would do something like that. I'm not even going to explain the ridiculousness of that action.
Brian, the crate isn't for shitting. You don't want the dog to shit in the crate, but you're putting wee-wee pads in the crate? Wee-wee pads make dogs pee and shit in there.
Now that he owns a dog, he knows everything about dogs, and I'm some kind of idiot.
Why would you put a wee-wee pad in the cage with it?
Because I wanted something that it could lay on that would be comfortable instead
How about
of just
a bed?
How about a towel?
People get upset with these dogs. They go, "Oh, the dog doesn't do the right thing. The dog's a mess. The dog, pisses on the floor, pisses in the cage."
I do. I have a towel and the wee-wee pad in case he did go to the bathroom.
The wee-wee pad doesn't... No. The wee-wee pad says to the dog, go to the bathroom. Why are you using wee-wee pads? Bring the dog outside.
I do.
Yeah.
I brought the dog
And if
home.
you're going to put a wee-wee pad somewhere, don't put it in the cage where it sleeps.
After getting on the air, the wrap-up show has me on to talk about it.
So did you think Howard was pissed off at you this morning?
Yeah, he was yelling at me the other day. He told me I didn't know what I was doing because I put the wee-wee pad in the crate, and you're not supposed to do that. That's where they sleep. And he goes, you don't know what you're doing. I got to get you a trainer, blah, blah, blah. He says I needed a trainer to train the dog. But having 3 kids and having a dog before, I think I could handle training a dog to go to the bathroom outside. Because all my kids go to the bathroom outside. Like, I have 3 kids, and I had a dog before. I know how to train something, Like anything, if somebody has a dog or somebody has a child, they all have to give their opinion.
It's the people. It ain't the dog. The dog is perfect. The dog will do whatever you want it to do. You got to spend some time with a dog and train them.
He's a good dog. We love him. It's very cool to have a dog again. I'm very happy.
This was a successful adoption. I love the Phelan family. This dog is in an amazing home. The updates I get are just so joyful for me to hear. And it was just a home run all around. Makes me so happy.
Overall, taking the dog from the shelter, I think was great. He's a cool dog. He's great with the kids. They all love him. Everybody loves him. He's just such a cute dog, a little hound dog. And he's part of the family now. He's one of us. He's a Phelan.
After spending about an hour with this guy outside, you're thinking it would be great to spend more time with this guy. Better yet, it would be great to spend time with him in his own comfort zone, which would be his home.
The Sour Shoes pool party came about because he's always
invited us to come up and swim in his pool. So we decided we would do a radio show of Sauer from his pool.
I said, geez, so entertaining. Maybe we should put him on the radio, see what he does. And that's the beauty of satellite radio. You can do things like that. On terrestrial radio, I never could do that.
We're on the pool deck.
I liked creating the pool party. You know, I had an idea that having a pool party would be great. Have like a live broadcast, and then Jimmy said, yeah, they would come up and do something like that. What a beautiful evening. Humidity seems to have departed. 79 degrees.
We prepped like we would any remote show. It's pretty easy to set up nowadays. Technology's getting smaller and smaller. We show up with just a little suitcase full of gear.
We did have to set up lights because it was going to get dark, and we had to make sure we saw Sauer in the pool. It was a little hazardous at times with water splashing and our lights being so close to the pool, but we were willing to, at least I was willing to wing it because, well, I wasn't in the pool.
We were just, extremely careful and made sure that everything was kind of as far away from the water as possible.
The Sauer Shoes Radio Show. We'll send out some song requests to you, those that are on your mind. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun, everything that you could possibly ask for in the next hour.
Sauer Shoes Radio Show.
Yeah, now Sauer Shoes Radio takes over Hollywood 101.
Oh, I love that intro. I do love that. Sauer 101. 888. Give me a call. We'll get your requests on tonight and try to get your prize packages out to you. Yeah, just sitting back and relaxing here in the pool.
Everything was working for hours before the show started, and of course, 7 p.m. hits, we go live, and 90 seconds into the show, the keyboard craps out.
Kick it off alongside the music. Yeah!
Oh, our keyboard's wet.
He has this antique keyboard, I would say almost. It's like an 80s Casio that he's just been using all these years.
I play a 1989 Casio.
Let's go up to the phones.
Pookie, how are me?
The keyboard's so old and beat up now that where the power plug, the AC plug meets the jack in the back, is so worn out and broken.
You got it. Oh, wonderful. The water temperature is about 82 degrees.
It seemed like every time we came back from commercial or something like that, the keyboard would crap out.
Yeah. Oh, we lost power again. I'm sorry about that. Oh, we're back. Oh, we're back. Oops. Hold on. It was going so well all day.
There was a little bit of panic at first, because it is like a security blanket.
Ooh, Baba, Baba-wee, Baba, Baba, Mama Monkey.
Oh, we're back.
Are we back? Oop, ooh, ooh, ah, ga.
We had it. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, on the EIB network, we're having problems with the keyboard.
So while the show is going, McClure turns to me and goes, I can't fix this keyboard. We have to go buy one. Can you drive me?
Laboratory.
We're going to run to the store really quick and try and buy a new keyboard for Sauer.
So we get in the car, and the show is going.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for calling in at 888.
Yeah, Sauer, are your parents there?
Yeah, Mr. Langford. Mr. Longford. They're in the living room watching TV.
This is...
Yeah.
Radio show is happening, whether McClure is there or not to produce it. And we drive off to try to find the keyboard.
Oh, my God.
Come on, quick. It's live, man. There's no time for a break. But if we get back in like 12 minutes, we got another 30 minutes left in the show. If we can get one more good segment of him playing, that's cool.
The show is still going, and we're speeding through the country roads, and we have to get back in time.
How are you guys? You still open?
Yeah.
Do you have Casio keyboards of any kind?
No.
Oh, fuck. You have any keyboards at all?
No.
No keyboards. Hold on. I'm going to try Goodwill. Fuck. Nothing. They got drum kits.
I did notice a keyboard store up here. Do you want me to?
Yeah, is there like, back in those 80s, like the stores in the mall with the pianos?
Let's try the keyboard district.
the keyboard district.
Unfortunately, it's not 1985, and Radio Shack doesn't sell keyboards anymore.
Gonna say goodnight. Thank you all for sticking with me through the water-soaked keyboard extravaganza. And you can order your coloring books. Do so, please, and we can color together next time. Bye. Oh, that was nice. It was a good recovery. Sorry about all that.
No, it's not your fault.
It sounded really good most of the day, and then I think I may have fried it by throwing water on it when I jumped in to catch the. When I jumped in earlier, splashing everything in sight.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Sorry.
We made it. No need to bring the Lord into this.
Sorry.
And then Sour had one last request.
All right, Mikey, we're going to head on out of here. Anything else we can do before we leave?
Can you tuck me in?
Only because you're such a good sport. Let's go. Really? Where are we tucking you in?
Sour Shoes is a very, very talented guy. I don't know. I mean, he's entertaining.
Really?
I'm scared. Could you put the blanket back on it when you tuck me in?
Okay.
I think he's a savant musically. I think he's incredibly talented. His knowledge of music is unbelievable.
I really enjoyed the guy. I mean, he's a little off, but he's very endearing. I think he's super talented, and I think he's a real talent. I mean, he's a really funny fella.
All right, Mikey. Have a good night. Thanks for having us out.
I love you.
We'll see you soon.
See you in the morning, hopefully.
I think Sour Shoes is an amazing talent.
Yeah. Seems normal.
So I interviewed Sour for this show that you're watching now, and I said to him, I'm going to fire off people on the show and just do the impression. And it was pretty cool.
Gary.
Right. Here's the deal. He was on the show. I never said that about the Bush administration. Never. I wasn't a huge Bush fan. No. Douche. No.
Fred.
Lumber liquidators. We probably should take a break.
Hi, bitch.
Hello. Hey, how are you?
Mary Ann?
Oh, that's fabulous. I love you. And Howard, Robin, I'm going to throw you a bachelorette party.
Gary retard?
And I want to come to you from Seattle because, Oregon, sandwich the chicken. Hello?
No, there's a rate of carburetor. I'll talk about it. And that's you. No, man, you shitting some dope.
Well, I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was funny at all. But no, I never said that.
Howard TV was interviewing me for a special they're doing. You know, one of those behind-the-scenes things, which are so good. Bravo, Howard TV. Very good. They were interviewing me the other day. A couple of our guys have some really weird tattoos that work on the TV side of things.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, Richie Wilson's got that whole sleeve.
Well, yeah, I know Richie for a long time, and I know he's been working on some things.
The tattoos are taking over his body. It's like it's his whole identity. He's sort of like the tattoo guy now. I knew him like he was just like clean.
Like he was bare.
Yeah, and it was like, it's weird. Like, I don't even get, like, I know like tattoos sometimes mean something to people. You know, they have some significance.
Yeah.
Even though I find it hard to come up with something that meaningful.
Me too.
You know, like, I'm like, gee, I wish I was that passionate about something.
Yeah, some people, there's a number they have to put on themselves or a saying.
Oh, well, one of the dudes in TV, Rob.
Yeah.
He had some odd tattoos, man. I was totally distracted during the taping because I was staring at his arms. And I didn't know what the fuck Rob had on his arm. It was a major, big thing. And then I said to Gary, what's with that guy, Rob? He's got like, and he goes, oh my God, you don't know? He goes, that's, I think he thinks it's like Charlie Chaplin or something. But who did you think it was?
I thought it was Harpo Marx.
Yeah. And then it turns out it's Charlie Chaplin.
No, it's Orson Welles.
Orson Welles?
Yeah.
He's got big curly hair.
Tattoo of Orson Welles.
Yeah. And where's Rob?
Right. There he is.
Oh, there's Rob, man. You got to check him out. So then I find out he's doing a whole sleeve of film history. Like you care.
Film history?
Yeah, film history.
You care that much
You want
about
your body
Yes, definitely, yeah.
to be a museum of film?
Yeah.
Talk to me about this because this is wild. I mean, first of all, it doesn't look like Harpo Marx, or
No,
it doesn't. Who's it supposed to be?
That's Orson Welles.
Let me see that. That's Orson Welles. That wasn't
What
even
is
the one.
the artist?
I got to say
it was
that.
Hirschfeld, actually.
Oh, I see. It's a Hirschfeld.
Yeah, it's a Hirschfeld.
Okay.
And Orson signed it underneath. It's from a book I found a long time ago.
You care that much about movies?
Yeah.
And what's that big writing on your arm?
This is morality in Gaelic. Is that
Morality.
Right? Yeah.
Why Gaelic? Are you a fan of Gaelic?
I just wanted I just wanted to be the only one who understood it.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And why morality?
I went through some hard times, like my parents died and my brother died, and
oh man,
I wanted to keep me grounded.
Well, now it's hard to goof on you.
Yeah, you can goof on me.
How did all those people die? Did they all die?
In an accident?
At the same time? No, it's all within a year and a half of each other, though. It's like my mom died of colon cancer, then my brother had a motorcycle accident, and then my dad just dementia and alcoholism.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you killed them all.
I think that's really the truth.
Guy gets a sleeve with the film history. I mean, there's a guy who probably knocked them all off, but you know.
He made it look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way I can get my tattoos is to knock them all off.
So you got morality in Gaelic.
Yeah.
And what is Gaelic again? Is that some Irish thing?
Irish, yeah.
Are you Irish?
I was raised by Irish, but I'm adopted. So my birth mother was from Spain, but
Now you got to get it taken off and put in Spanish?
No.
Dude, good thing you're adopted because your family's health history is not that great.
I don't know what my family's health history is. So I'm really
it can't be any worse than yours. How old was your dad when he got dementia? He had to be in his 50s. You're a young guy.
Yeah, I'm 39.
How old was he?
He was 65 when he died.
That's fucking crazy.
My mom was like 63, and my brother was like 35 or something.
Well, he had an accident.
Yeah.
Motorcycle, huh?
Yeah.
Man, anyone who drives a motorcycle is fucking crazy. You got to be nuts.
Yeah, he took 3 spills before that, too.
Yeah. It was worth it, though, because he could feel the wind in his hair.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, you had to wear a helmet, so that takes away from that.
Did you like the dude, or were you just at odds with him?
Sometimes. After my mom died, you kind of see the true nature of a person. And he kind of wrote my mother and my parents off beforehand, but after they died, it was time to cash in.
Oh.
So that's when we were at odds with each other.
Oh, you mean he
came back for the loot.
He came back for the loot.
Oh, so you didn't like him that much?
I felt bad for him. He's like known as the lovable loser kind of a guy.
Yeah.
He was sleeved too.
Film history?
No, he had like what was
Scrabble?
it? Japanese stuff.
Anime.
He was an anime fan?
Yeah. He had the whole the history of anime, Japanese anime. Yeah.
So we're talking to him the other day.
By the way, what's that big?
He's got this giant new tattoo, the new one. And I said, "What's that?" He said, "Oh, that's Battleship Potemkin."
Isn't that the movie they force you to watch in film school?
Yeah, that's the one. So,
that horrible movie.
I missed that one.
Oh my God! Battleship Potemkin. The reason they show it to you is because it was one of the first films ever made. Like D.W. Griffith or somebody made it.
Sergei Eisenstein.
Oh yeah, who is it?
Eisenstein.
Eisenstein.
Yeah, because the one I always got to see was that.
Train robbery.
No, it was the D.W. Griffith one.
Yeah.
Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation.
Well, this is even worse.
Really?
It's almost like a series of intense scenes of battle.
Isn't that the one where the baby goes down the carriage?
Yeah, down the steps, and it doesn't make any sense. But
wonderful.
But everyone's all proud of it because it was one of the early films.
They still have it.
But I'm surprised watching some of these early films that the whole film industry just didn't go away. People just go, "This is bullshit." This movie and
But that's the
pictures.
thing. When you start something first, people are just fascinated that there's something moving in front of them.
Can you imagine putting the entire Battleship Potemkin on your arm?
Why would you do that? You didn't even like the film, probably.
I loved it. I love it.
No, you
was
don't.
It was a big influence for Orson Welles. So that's like.
Why do you love Battleship Potemkin?
The stylizing. I mean, it's so stylistic and it's so expressionist.
So it's Transformers.
Yeah. I hate Michael Bay.
You hate Michael Bay.
Michael
He's not going on your arm.
Why don't you become a film director?
Ever.
You're way into film. Said you're taping my stupid interviews.
No, are you kidding? You kidding? This is the dream job.
That's his
yeah,
Battleship
but
Potemkin.
That is a dream for me to direct movies,
Right.
like Dogma style movies.
What's that?
It's a Danish experimental filmmaking. Lars von Trier.
Are you
Oh,
gonna?
that crap.
Are you gonna put that on your arm? Lars von Trier.
Lars von Trier's going on.
What are you gonna put up from Lars von Trier on your arm?
The Dogma logo. It's a
That's
pig.
another movie you can't get through.
It's a pig with the asshole is an eyeball.
How many times have you watched that movie?
Well, it's a series of movies. There are these movies made under 10 specific rules called the Vow of Chastity, where it's like available lighting, no script, no.
Why do they shoot with available light?
It's
just to be stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's lights. Why not use them?
Well, it's also like to gain the natural feel of a space.
Without a story. Oh, that's perfect.
And you've watched this more than once?
I've watched, yeah. There's like probably 1,000 of them now.
And you've watched them all?
Not all of them, no.
Pretty much all
top
of them.
10. Yeah.
He's
Top
trying, though.
Yeah, I'm plugging through.
Oh, what's that big thing on your elbow?
That's
looks like
Chaplin.
That's
Yeah.
That's Charlie Chaplin?
Yeah.
Modern times.
What happened to him? Oh, I see him. Okay.
That's
there,
a
I got
face?
him.
Wait.
It's a whole body.
It is? It
that's,
looks like a big
modern
apple
time.
pie.
No, he's sitting on a gear.
Yeah. Charlie Chaplin's on top.
Dude, you're fucked up, man.
Thanks.
Wow. Look at that. I'm doing the interview. I'm staring at his arm. I'm like, there's a story here.
So I got to cover up next time.
I mean, it's unbelievable. People with the tattoos and they care about shit. I don't care about anything that much. I mean, I put, like when I got married to Beth, I put the B on my finger.
Right.
And then I remember the first time I went to the tattoo place, the guy goes, "Okay, man, like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to put on you?" And I go, "I don't fucking know." He goes, "Well," he goes, "Well, why don't you look around?" I go, "Well, I mean, aren't you supposed to do something that means something to you?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Well," so I put this sign for Capricorn is this weird little thing, a symbol. First of all, I don't believe in astrology. I don't give a fuck that I was born in January. I have no passion about my birthday or my birth sign.
The date or the month or anything.
So I get a big Capricorn symbol on my arm, like an idiot. And I'm the guy who's always said, don't put something stupid on your body. And I went and did something stupid.
It's hard not to.
And every time I look at it, I go, this is so dumb. And then I was so freaked out that I was doing it. I did it in brown instead of blue or black, which because I was hardly committed to it. I was just kind of wishy-washy. I thought if brown, no one will notice it. I mean, it was a hideous color brown. And then the guy goes, "Well, okay." And then I went back and I said, "Can you cover this up?" And he goes, "Well, what do you want to put on it?" I don't know. What can you make out of this? This was a woman named Kate. She goes, "Well, what do you like?" I go, "Can you turn it into a dragon?" Now, I don't give a shit about
you
dragons.
You don't like dragons. You're not into dragons
at all. I don't collect pictures of dragons. I've never gone to a dragon movie. If there was one dragon movie I went to, I hated it. I don't know anything about dragons.
Put a dragon on my arm.
But she said she could convert it into a dragon. So now I have a dragon on my arm that I have, and it's half my birth. And then I go to people, "Oh yeah, it's a dragon, but like you can see my birth sign in it." And I'm like, I don't care about either one of these.
Right.
It's an idiotic tattoo. And then while I was there, I said, one guy I went to, I so was void of what to put on. While the guy's tattooing, I look at his pinky, and he has this weird little symbol on his pinky with fire coming off of it. And I go, "Hey, what's that? That looks pretty cool." He goes, "Well, tattoo artists, people who actually give tattoos, many of us put the Om symbol on our pinky with fire. It's sort of our thing." I go, "Hey, put one of those on me."
So you're not a tattoo artist, but you have the symbol.
I don't care about Om. I don't care about fire. I don't care about any of that. And all of a sudden now I've got this Om symbol on my pinky, and people even go, "Hey, that's really cool." And they go, "What does it mean?" I go, "Oh." I said, Om. They go, "What?" Om. And they go, Om.
Because you can hardly explain it.
Yeah.
I have no explanation for any of my tattoos.
You don't have morality in Gaelic?
No, I don't have any words that I think I should put on me or anything.
Oh,
I usually look at something and go, "Oh, that looks okay, put it on me."
I would get way more tattoos because I want one like right here near my wrist. And, I'm like, I don't have anything like, I could put the kids' names on there because I love my kids, but I don't know. I could put "Hey Now" because I always say "Hey Now."
Oh God, why bother?
And then I was going to put my dog's name over there. And then I was like, I don't know, well, maybe she should be dead by the time I do that. You know what I mean? Like,
as a memorial.
Right. At least you'd have something. So, like, I've run out of ideas. I went one time and I said, I saw somebody with a tattoo on the back of their neck. I go, hey, what does that feel like? I'm actually one of those weird people that likes the feeling of the tattooing.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. You don't like it?
No, this
oh, I love it.
So painful.
The more pain, the better.
Oh,
and I go,
my God. Get your wrist done,
and get your elbow done, yeah.
Oh,
well, I go,
geez.
the neck's got to be intense. I go, what does that feel like? And the guy goes, well, what do you want on your neck? I go, I don't know. I go, what can you put on there? This is how stupid I am. And the guy goes, well, go pick out something. And the first thing I look at was like this Gaelic symbol, which is like, it's kind of like a, I don't even remember what it is. I haven't seen it in so long.
Right, you don't even know Gaelic is Irish.
Yeah, it's on the back of my neck. And so I said to the guy, go ahead, put one of those on. Slap that on me. Same guy said, put the Om symbol on. So he goes, okay. And then all of a sudden my head's vibrating. He's like, and the back of my head is vibrating. And he was done. I never saw it. I never looked at it.
Right, because how can you?
No one
Gotta
ever
get a
sees it.
mirror.
Only ones who ever see it is sometimes some chicks I'm banging, in back of my single days, and Beth, of course. They see it. That's it.
Maybe a hairdresser or two.
Yeah, hairdresser. Because no one's back there. And I don't even know what it is, and it's dumb. I wish I had like a word running back there or something cool. But something I cared about. And then I meet these people like Rob.
Who have all meaning.
Yeah, like oh, wow, I'm so into these Swedish films. And Charlie
Lars von
Chaplin.
Trier.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, wow, are you really that into it?
Yeah,
I guess so.
I'm psycho.
Yeah, what else are you? What are you next planning?
He wants a whole sleeve of movies.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
what movies?
What's the next thing?
The Metropolis robots going on the arm. Then something from Kubrick.
Can it be anything contemporary, like The Godfather, even though that's already a couple
I'm
years
going
old?
to Kubrick. I'm going to the Killing. Probably something from that.
No
What
Alfred
about-
Hitchcock?
Yeah, there's something maybe in there.
I think you're running out of room to. Although on the other one, why don't you just do the top 5 grossing films of all time?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No about money.
So weird.
Yeah. How about
Just
Green
do
Lantern? I like that. Spider-Man.
What about Private Parts?
Yeah. What about a Private Parts memorial on one arm? Not your favorite.
No, I mean I love the movie. It's
Great
just,
movie.
Yeah.
It's just better than that
You're not
shit.
putting Ivan Reitman on your arm?
It's better than Potamkin.
Put the Ghostbusters symbol on.
Yeah. Wowee. And then, like, Richie Wilson has a whole sleeve, and he got it slapped on so fast, I don't think he even knows what's on there.
Right. Does he even have a theme that
No.
he's working on?
There's no theme. It's just madness all over his arm.
I heard Richie's getting one taken off.
Oh, why? No one can tell what they are. Why is he doing that?
I don't know. Somebody just said he's getting one lasered off.
You mean like it matters? Look at his fucking arm. You
Makes
can't.
a difference?
Dude. Wait a second. What mic is it?
3.
Okay, yeah.
There's one on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
I'm getting lasered. It is
Why?
the most fucking painful thing you can imagine.
But why are you taking it off? Nobody cares.
It's just one I regretted. That's the one I regret.
What is it? What is it of?
It was. It's the year of the dog. The year I was born. It's stupid.
It's stupid, but all that other shit on your arm is just as stupid, isn't it?
But I like the other stupid.
You do?
Yeah.
What is on your
See
arm?
the one on the back of your neck?
My arm is like all like I like the 50s, so it's all like the 50s inspired pinup girls and all that kind of.
Look at Rob. Rob's like,
Dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, 50s pinup, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that on my cock.
We can bond in stupidity.
Is that what that is? 50s pinups?
Yeah, it's like pinup girls, like the old, just like all
What,
the
you
old,
got Betty
like the
Boop on
originals,
there?
like the old school.
You got that Betty. What's her name? Not Betty.
Betty Page.
Betty
Betty
Page.
Page?
Sort of. There's an artist called Coop who's famous for devil girls.
Yeah.
So I have a devil girl doing a Betty Page pose.
Yeah, because you kind of look like a throwback to like
Bunch of
those
things.
sailors.
Yeah, I like that
sometimes
stuff.
I'm looking at you and I'm like, he's like a sailor. And you actually think one of them is dumb on the back of your neck?
Yeah, it's a Chinese symbol. It's stupid.
Should just left it there. I've never even noticed that when you have so many.
Because it makes you wonder, like, in China, did they get American symbols? You know,
No.
it's stupid. So it hurts, though. That laser burns
Yeah, I
like
heard
you
the
can't imagine.
The laser's
It's
the
worse
thing.
than getting the
Holy
tattoo?
shit. it
Tattoo doesn't
hurts.
hurt.
No, I like that feeling. It's
Right.
a great feeling. But that laser, it takes 3 seconds. It is the longest 3 seconds of your entire life.
Wow.
Does anyone in your family think you're fucked up for putting a whole sleeve on your arm and everything?
Not because the way that they think of it is there's worse things I could be doing to myself, like drugs or.
What do you think you're trying to do with that whole thing? Like claim your body for yourself? Like say that I'm an individual or something?
No, just something I always liked as a little kid. I was always drawing on myself and.
Right. You love it.
Body's a temple, so I'm painting the walls.
Sometimes I look at Richie, and it's like, man, he's not even like a white guy. It's like he looks like like his arm looks.
The Illustrated Man.
Yeah, it's weird. And that movie is weird, Illustrated
Well, that's
Man.
the thing. Some guys get so many tattoos when they take off their clothes, they still look like they're clothed.
Yeah. Do you think Rob's tattoos are weird? I do.
They're different.
They look like random scribbles.
See, I like
of a
color.
man.
I like bright color.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of the black and gray, but he's got it's original. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, it's original.
Yeah, nobody else is going to do that, believe me.
There's another like Howard TV guy who's this guy Lee. He was walking around, and I thought maybe he's too young to have been in a concentration camp, but he's got numbers across his arm like a concentration camp guy.
Oh my goodness.
And he's another one, and then like you're like, oh wow, this is maybe he had grandparents who were in a concentration
maybe he got his old, his grandparents' number put on his arm.
Yeah, but anyway, Gary, what's his story? Is that his birthday or something? He's got numbers, but they're like concentration camp tattoos.
No, it's also, I think it's deceased relatives. Like it's a grandfather and a father.
Yeah.
It's the dates of their death. But again, Jason and I both went. Like, he looks a little young to have survived the Holocaust.
Right.
Then we found out Howard TV guys are way into tattoos. There's another guy. He had, Steve Brandano draws. I don't know if you know that, but he sketches and stuff.
Yeah.
So he had him sketch him a pepper shaker. And he's got a pepper shaker on his wrist here because his dog died and his dog's name was Pepper.
Who did that?
Chris Gagliardi.
Fire Chris. I mean, really. A pepper shaker. I'm thinking people are just looking for stuff to do. I brought my camera today. I was going to do some portraits of people if they wanted them, but I don't have my tripod, so I can't really do a good one.
Oh.
We have back in there if you need.
You got it now, but I need a tripod that I need a special tripod. And
there's the pepper.
I sent. Oh, that's the pepper shaker. I could do it handheld, but I'm a real artist. I like to do it on a tripod. Nice. Yeah. I was thinking maybe Richie was a good subject because he's got all those fucking stupid tattoos.
Right. You might as well take pictures of them.
Because it's good. Like, people look at it and go, hey, who's this idiot?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of pictures you want to take. Okay, what did this guy do to himself? Was he in a car accident? But you take the cake. I'm going to photograph you.
Sure.
Rob and his...
Awesome.
Eisenstadt. Yeah, I'm a fan of Eisenstadt. No Leni Riefenstahl?
No Riefenstahl.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well, she's kind of a cunt.
She doesn't make the cut.
She was a cunt.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you one other thing about Rob. Rob, I guess when he's done with the day's work, sometimes he goes down to Occupy Wall Street. Him and his girlfriend, they go down there.
He was telling me about it.
Yeah,
I heard you're like a communist or something.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'm for
communism.
Yeah,
he's not a communist. He's just for communism.
No, I mean, I'm
like, I'm not for it, but I am one.
I'm not into all the money stuff. I mean, I'd rather us all,
hey, you know
share
what?
and such.
When I was working at WRNW, I wasn't into money either.
Yeah.
Look, here's the deal. It's a bad system when people have to fight and scrape and kill each other to eat.
Yeah, you're a big, I think you're big on the big movement down there, Robin.
If they could bottle air, Howard, you'd be in real trouble.
Everyone in the emails like, wow, Robin's like out of control.
No, it's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, I got to read the email to you about Robin. Hold on. People are on fire with you. Robin is clueless when it comes to current events.
All right.
I can't count the number of times she's got it wrong during her news or plain out lied. If this is supposed to be funny, it's not. Anyone who can, without any logic, defend those nutbags at OWS clearly should get the fuck off your show. Let me see. There were a couple other things. But you, plenty about me, but... I don't know. I don't see him. Maybe
I mean, it's pretty interesting. What they're doing down there. It's nice to see a movement during the lazy times of America.
Yeah. So I heard the pace doesn't trust you because you're a communist?
And probably not. No.
Yeah.
How do you keep a job back there with the pay?
Yeah. Do you guys argue all the time?
No, not at all. No.
Right, you're just like, hey, fuck it, man.
Yeah.
You're not that passionate about it.
No, I'm not going to,
sit there and proselytize.
I'm not going to burn myself in front of anybody, no.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? You want to get rid of money and stuff and, like, maybe just trade goods? That's cool.
I don't even know if, trading goods is, I mean, you'd have to come up with a system. I'm not smart enough to say that I have a system, that would work. But
I just think everyone should share everything, man. That'd be cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, simple. Because you know how generous people are.
I'm not saying that.
Well, you're not with us. Yeah, like, I'm thinking of, like, I could, like, take people's photographs and then they can give me food.
Well, that's still.
And then we can trade. We should just. Oh, that's too much commerce. You're right.
That's,
fuck
currency.
that.
It's still currency. Yeah.
I think I should be able to sit at home and people should just pay me. That's what I'm. That's what I'm looking for.
No,
you know what I mean?
Nice.
Or we could all
act as if Steve Jobs wouldn't have done anything if there wasn't money in it.
Steve Jobs was the biggest capitalist on the planet.
It's not about the capitalism. He still would have wanted to create.
Yeah, sure. But think about all the people who. Think about how many people want to pick up your sanitation, Robin, because they want to create. Hello?
Maybe you could invent something greater that we wouldn't have to have sanitation.
Oh, cool.
If
Now you're talking.
everybody was working in a creative way.
Yeah, like maybe.
If everybody was valued.
Can't we train? Here's an idea I have. Can't we train ants to just eat our garbage?
Monkeys.
Monkeys.
Monkeys pick coconuts in Thailand.
That's right,
Yeah, but I don't want to train the monkeys. Let someone else do it. They're not paying me.
That's fine. There is somebody who wants to do it.
Yeah. Who is that person? Identify them. Yeah. I have an idea.
The one from Thailand who's doing it now.
Why don't we enslave? This is radical. I'm going down to that Wall Street thing today and proposing this with a big sign. Why don't we enslave half the population and force them to work while the rest of us are beautiful?
Nobody's into
shit.
that.
You see, I had a good idea. Rob, you must have an idea. You're down there. You must have come up with some system we can.
It's just nice to see what's going on down there, and
it's cool.
Nice to see the movement. Yeah, from like the hippies to people who have money are down there, and they're arm in arm. That's pretty neat.
I just saw the other day that Russell Simmons goes down there every morning and meditates.
9:30.
Yeah, I thought he was into money, but I'm wrong. Yeah, I guess he's going to be giving it all away to the movement. Well, anyway, I dig your arms, man.
Thanks,
I was very absorbed in it. While you guys were interviewing me, I got to tell you, I was so busy staring at your tattoos.
You could hardly keep your mind on your interview.
Oh, my God. All right. Hey, good seeing you there, Rob. All right, go ahead. Go back there and work on some tattoos.
That was the Meet Rob segment.
Meet Rob, everyone. Our new guy. Part-time communist, part-time weird tattoo guy. The worst tattoo he has is that one of...
Well, the Orson Welles.
Yeah, I mean... And it's all discolored.
It looks like it's faded. It looks ridiculous.
Looks like Wendy the retard got a hold of his arm and drew something on it.
I mean, that's such an obscure portrait of Orson Welles, too. It's like when he did, what was it? Othello.
Yeah.
That's why he's got the curly hair. And all that. So it's not like how you even recognize it.
You think Fred would be into something weird like that, but no.
No. I got one tattoo, that's it. That was enough.
Yeah. I want some more, but somehow I'm always too busy, which is a good thing. If you have too much free time, you end up going down to a tattoo parlor. That's when you know you're not busy. That's when you know you have too much free time, when you actually schedule.
And then when you're getting tattoos and then erasing the tattoos.
Oh, my God. I mean, Richie Wilson, we should double his hours here. He's way too fucking got too much free time with those tattoos.
Rob.
Yes.
Broke your cherry, man.
Yeah, I did break my cherry again.
Talking about, well, first of all, what a lot of people don't know is you're a very passionate Howard Stern fan before you started working here.
Super fan.
Yeah, like used to tape shows and...
Yes, I did.
And play them back in their entirety. I mean, you know the show really, really well.
Yeah.
And you're obviously passionate about tattoos, so this is like the perfect combination of two things you care very much about.
Yeah.
But you also talked about some really, tough times you've been through and what the tattoos mean to you. Was it almost surreal or dreamlike to be in there just now?
It was. I mean, the whole thing went by like in 2 seconds. I didn't even know like half the topics we covered because I forgot we went over that with my parents and such.
Right.
It's it went so fast.
It's funny because, being a Stern fan, I'm sure you know that Howard, if he's not into something, then it's stupid or dumb or it's like pointless. And
he's funny with that.
What doesn't he understand about these tattoos and and their importance to you?
I mean, I guess he just. That's a good question because I don't know if he has anything like that he's that into. You know, I mean, I guess like going to film school kind of saved me from a life of being just a slacker. So, you know, being able to escape into those directors and the history of film and to respect where it came from. I mean, that's what these mean to me. I don't know if he has anything like that.
I guess aside from this radio show, he really doesn't. I mean, the radio show kind of saved him.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he changed everything with it. I mean, I guess you couldn't get a Howard Stern tattoo if you're Howard Stern.
So, yeah, exactly. So film has been sort of a salvation for you.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say.
And so you tattoo it on your skin as a
as a constant reminder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can respect that, man.
Thanks, Craig.
I see where you're coming from. All right, man. Congrats, though.
Thanks,
you made your first appearance in stellar fashion.
Nervous. Whatever.
Hey, you got your nerves out. You're good to go, man.
Thanks, Craig.
All right, thanks, man. I was just talking to Rob about how when Howard's not into something, then it's automatically stupid and it's pointless, and I don't understand why you do that. What isn't he understanding about tattoo art and the world of tattoos that is very dear to some people?
It's very addictive. It's very, very addictive. You get one, everybody will tell you you will want another one. B, it's just a way to express I don't like art on the walls in my house. I like a certain thing, so I want it on me. It's no big deal. I'm not one of the sheep who Howard says, I like this, so everybody runs and does that. Howard bought a camera. There's people here who ran out and bought the same camera Howard has. Howard has an iPhone. They run out and buy the iPhone. I don't buy into the whole thing. They have to do everything Howard says, you know? So I like what I like, and as long as I'm happy, I don't care.
It's simply almost like a hobby for you or something that you're passionate about, and so as you've gotten one, then two, then three, then you just want to continue to sort of decorate your body.
Yeah, it's a hobby that you have no choice but to stick with.
Except for the one on your neck, which is very painful.
Oh, dude, that hurts, man. That really hurts.
So what's your message to people who haven't gotten a tattoo yet?
If you want one, get one. As long as you're happy with it, who gives a shit what anybody says? And if you don't like it, you could always take it off.
But it's going to hurt like a bitch.
It hurts.
So you better be pretty sure about it.
Yeah, just be damn sure. And get a good artist.
Okay, now I'm going to turn this off and go look at the other ones we couldn't show on camera.
Yeah. Okay.
Very nice.
So everybody's here for the big contest. We're calling it Young Idol. And I have an entrant, Benji has an entrant, Howard has an entrant, and we're going to let the audience vote.
So this is a really unique thing for the show. We've never done anything like this before.
Yeah, because it's really legitimate. Everybody here is talented and can perform. It's really not a shticky, funny thing. It's more sort of a like, hey, we're going to find the next new talent thing.
A true search for a young musician.
Yeah, we're looking for the next Justin Bieber, except talented.
Whole bunch of stuff going on. I see what time it is. It's 8 o'clock. Are those kids here yet?
It's time for, what are we calling it?
Kid Idol. Well, here's how it happened, really, more or less. I just saw this kid on the internet. My kid, who I believe is the next big superstar. I saw him on the internet. I go, wow, this kid is a really good guitar player. I should have him in. And Benji goes, yeah, well, I got a kid who's better than him. I said, you haven't even seen my kid. And Benji goes, no, this kid is like my dermatologist's son, and he's fantastic. And I bet you Benji's at the dermatologist a lot because he's got blotchy skin.
I didn't think he had a dermatologist.
Yeah. Hey, by the way,
doing with a dermatologist?
your dermatologist ought to get out of the business because you're like all red.
You don't want to look like this?
No. You're
No, she
terrible
gives
skin.
me like, because my skin gets so dry on my
Facials?
face. Yeah, she's giving me like cortis or steroid stuff. But I don't
do
like
that.
taking that shit.
Can I tell you something? I don't let anybody touch my skin because every time I ever went and someone said, hey, why don't you do like a facial or something? But not like a facial, but like just put some oil on or something, like a massage. My whole skin breaks out.
Yeah, but I also
That's why you're probably blotchy.
But I have really fair skin, so I'm really scared of skin cancer, so I always get that checked.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be sitting rubbing shit in
No,
your
I
face.
don't. Like that's what she said. That'll take it right away. Like, yeah.
Anyway, so Benji goes, my kid's better. And then Gary goes, well, not for nothing, both.
I got a kid.
I don't know if my kid's too old. He's 16, but I met him when he was 13, and he's way better than
I've
you.
been sitting on him.
I go, how do you know he's better than Benji's kid or my kid? Then we got into
Why
an
didn't
argument.
he bring him in at 13?
I said, you know what? This might be a good excuse for bringing all our kids in.
Yeah, but why didn't Gary tell you about this?
He probably did.
He did?
But I was like, what does Gary know?
What do you know?
Gary's a Steely Dan fan.
There's nothing wrong with being a Steely Dan fan.
I mean, I like Steely Dan, but I don't go berserk over them like he does. And he's like insane over Hall & Oates. So when Gary tells you he's,
He just happens to be passionate about music.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so we got into this argument. And I said, hey, maybe it'll be fun for the kids if they won a little money, if, we'll have the audience vote. If the kids are up for
And then
that.
we have another prize for him, too. The first prize Tim approved.
Oh, yeah. Hey, here's a good prize.
What's the prize?
The kid who gets the most votes, I'm going to give them like a half-hour radio show to play their own music.
Cool.
Isn't that cool?
Now that's good.
Yeah. Are the kids up for sort of that kind of audience?
Yeah, no, I
Do
talked to them.
all of these kids make their own music?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Your kid's real. He's young, but he looks even younger.
My kid's very cool too. He dresses cool. Like, take that audience, take that into consideration because
Your kid is how old?
No, don't
10.
take it. Don't.
And he looks younger than that?
Yeah.
See, you're already
No,
swaying this
stop
contest.
trying to
No, but my kid's got the look.
campaign.
He's got the X factor.
Yeah, we're on the radio.
How about
He's-
let them live on their talent?
Oh, I'm just saying, my kid's got the look. I doubt your two kids look as cool as my kid.
Our kids, mine and Benji's kid, don't look as cool as your kid.
No,
but-
he does.
He
My
does?
kid is sexy and handsome and a star.
But they write. My kid writes original music.
Yeah, that's good.
He's been seen by some record companies.
All right,
he
we'll
opened
see.
for CeeLo Green.
My kid writes
Did he?
much
Yeah.
more original music.
He opened for CeeLo?
Well, I don't know. We were in the back trying to decide what that means. Like Will goes, does that mean?
Does CeeLo know he's there?
No, so he said like,
I
does
think
that mean?
my kid actually jammed with Axl Rose, not Axl Rose, with Slash.
Did he?
Yeah, because I remember when I saw him on YouTube, he was jamming with some major guys.
Like Steve Brandano said, does that mean that he played and then CeeLo played, or does it mean that CeeLo was on at 8 o'clock at night and he was on at noon?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know, but he did. He opened for him.
Let's get the kids in here. First, let me take a break, okay? And then the kids will come in.
They're coming in one at a time? Or are they going to come in all together? What are we doing?
I don't know. I didn't think that through.
We could sit them all on the couch.
Yeah,
and
why don't we
then
have all
let
the
'em
kids
To
in?
get to know them.
Yeah, so that my kid can taunt the other two while they're playing.
Your kid doesn't look like a taunter.
No, he's very confident, my kid.
You've never met him, though?
No, never met him. I just discovered him on YouTube.
Have you talked to him?
No.
Oh.
I just talked to him. He's homeschooled.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, of course.
He does 2 to 5 hours a week on the computer.
That kid doesn't need to be in school. That kid needs to be practicing. We got big plans.
What are you, Mariah Carey
Right,
and
well.
Nick?
Well, yeah. He's not my kid. Well, this kid's got real talent.
They're all talented. They really are.
All these kids are pretty amazing, I guess, because my kid's only been playing guitar for 17 months, and he's already like...
A virtuoso?
He's already played with Korn and stuff. And
Korn?
yeah. He's jammed. Benji's
One of my
kid
favorite bands.
and Gary's kid are coming in. We'll meet all three.
You want him in now?
Yeah, bring the kid. What do you think? I mean, let's
sit him down, start talking
sit
to
him
him.
down. Let's find out what's going on
I
here.
saw your kid. I immediately knew it was your kid because he does have a look.
He's rock and roll. He's 10.
He already looks miserable.
Yeah. That's the rock star look. We tweeted out a picture of the kids. It's at Stern Show, all three kids.
There he is.
Here's some talented kids. Look at this. It's awesome. That's my kid right there.
Of course.
I'm backing this kid. I'm backing all you kids. Don't worry about it. We're all good kids. You know, when I was your ages, I had no talent.
Well, you had a look.
I had a look, though.
You were shades of blue.
I had a look that turned off women. Things went horribly wrong, I'll tell you. We got Michael, we got Nick, and Brett. Now, Michael, you're Benji's kid, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Benji discovered you.
Yeah.
I discovered Nick. I found you on the internet, my man. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked out your YouTube. Awesome.
Thank you.
And Brett,
how many hits you get on that YouTube? Is YouTube good for you?
You got a lot of hits?
Yeah.
What'd you get? How many hits?
Some videos, maybe each month, 2,000.
Yeah, that's all me. I'm telling
You're back again and again?
I was a fan. Now, Michael, I don't know your work, but Benji swears you're some sort of genius.
He has a website. I certainly hope so.
He has what, a website?
He has a website.
All right, I'll get to all
the
that.
website and the Facebook, yeah.
And Brett, Gary says you're some sort of genius, too.
And he's known you for 3 years.
Yeah. Now, Brett, you're 16. You just started in the music business, what, like 2 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
You mean you were just sitting around and you had no music ability, and then all of a sudden you had musical ability?
Yeah, I mean, my mom pretty much forced me to try out for the national anthem for my middle school when I was in middle school. And from there, I kind of I loved singing and writing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And Nick, you play guitar only, right? Do you sing yet?
Oh, yeah, I'm starting.
You're starting to sing, because you're still young.
Wait a minute. You mean we're just going to hear an instrumental?
Yeah, he's going to do a guitar thing.
I see. Okay.
And Michael, you've been, how long you been at this game?
I've been playing piano for 9 years now. I started writing when I was 9 years old. I played piano then. A few years ago, I started guitar.
Are all you guys planning on a career in music?
Yeah.
You are? Like, what if it doesn't work out? Are we going to have anything to fall back on? Or are you guys just going to, become like guys on Skid Row or something? if you
Well,
don't?
I mean, there are other ways to be in music besides being the upfront person.
That's true. But you guys won't kill yourselves or anything if you don't make it in music, will you?
No.
Promises.
All right, good.
What about, they could also be writers, producers, you could have other people sing your songs or perform.
My kid doesn't want to be any writer, producer. He wants to be out in front on the stage, right? Right? Didn't you play with Korn or something?
Oh, yeah, at the 48-Hour Fest.
48-Hour Fest. Look at you, 10 years old.
How does that happen?
How does that happen? How'd you get to play with Korn?
Well, it wasn't on stage. It was actually backstage in the booth.
I see. And so when you started 17 months ago, you'd never played an instrument before?
No.
Nothing.
And you just picked up the guitar?
Yeah.
At 8 years old?
No. A year ago.
A year ago.
And you could just play?
Yeah.
You don't have a teacher or anything?
No.
You don't need a teacher. My kid doesn't even need a teacher.
It just makes sense to you, huh, this guitar?
You mean like you looked at the guitar and you figured it all out? That's awesome.
You're wearing makeup, aren't you?
Yeah.
Of course, that's his look. He's a rocker. That's cool.
Okay, I'm just checking.
That's you got a look. All you kids kind of have a look.
Why did you start wearing makeup, Nick?
When?
Why?
Stage performances.
Really? You just want your eyes to
What band do you
up?
think goes on stage and doesn't wear makeup?
The 10-year-old kind.
No, they all do. This kid's in it to win it.
Hey, can I get some lipstick for my kid?
Yeah, quickly. Boys, go back and put some makeup on. Now, Michael, you're going to perform something for us first.
Yeah.
You're Benji's kid, so to speak. Benji discovered you through your dad, who's a dermatologist. Your mom.
My mom's a dermatologist.
You got to tell your mom, Benji's skin is a hopeless case.
Don't tell people Benji's her client.
Yeah. Benji is not a good representative of your mom's work. Okay?
What kind of music would you say? How would you describe your music?
My music is more of the alternative genre, indie genre, I'd say.
Yeah.
Did you write the song you're going to do?
Yeah, it's called Wreck Like Me. It's on this album right here, which I have for you, actually.
Oh, very good. All right, go over there and perform something for us. And the audience at home should listen because maybe we'll do it like American Idol.
We'll have
pick
a
someone.
vote.
Yeah. All these kids are very, very talented. Boys,
They're
don't get
certainly more
nervous.
talented than us.
You'll get your chance.
Can I just say that my mom loves you?
She does?
Yes.
How old's your mom?
She is, I don't think she wants me to say her age, but somewhere around the 20 to 50 range.
Can't you just accept that you're loved?
Is she hot? Would I like her?
I don't think I can answer that. But
Yeah, I know.
I think you'd like her.
My mom's super hot. She's a real tease. Trust me. All right, now, Michael, let me get you set up here. Make sure you're on. Is he on okay?
Am I?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
All right, so this is a song you wrote.
Yeah, it's called Wreck Like Me.
How old are you?
I'm 14.
14, that's awesome. I had a band when I was 14, but they sucked. We were really bad.
He's a solo act as a result.
Now, do you get a lot of hits on YouTube, or you got a video up there?
I have one video. It's not mine. I haven't started a YouTube channel yet. I will in the future, but I do have a Facebook and a website, michaeleliron.com. Then you can reach my Facebook, Michael Eliron, Eliran.
And Benji, you've heard this kid, huh? He's good, huh?
I heard it, and I was like, this is a really good song. I liked it. And then,
all right.
Yeah.
Thanks, yeah.
All right, go ahead. We're going to be like Ellen DeGeneres and sign all you kids and make a fortune off of you. Hardly pay anything. Go ahead. Let me
That's right.
hear
Give you a really bad contract.
Yeah, we're gonna sign you kids to really bad contracts.
Yes.
And it's going to be awesome.
I'm all for it.
Robin and I are going to make a ton of dough off you kids. All right, go ahead. Let me hear what you got here, Michael.
All right.
This is Benji's kid, and if you're voting at home, it's Benji's kid, Michael. All right, go ahead.
Girl, if your mama's dead, 20 different things wrong with your head. Oh, you're a wreck like me. Hit spark off 3 weeks ago, or was it 4? You never know, will you? Taste of the life that you'd be living, but the world is unforgiving, and you fell head in to this horrible mess that God had made you. Now if only He could save you from the hell you're in. God know I'm living on the streets, nothing for warmth but a ripped up sheet. Lord knows what you could be. Got the flu, but you wear it off. Compared to the rest, it's just a cough, or is it? Taste of the life that you'd be living, but the world is unforgiving, and you fell head in to this horrible mess that God had made you. Now if only He could save you from the hell you're in, from the hell you're in, from the hell you're in, from the hell you're in. Whoa, from the hell you're in. Tired of this life of shame where no one cares to know your name. Tired of it all. Nothing else to hold on to but the memories of a better you. Nothing.
Look at you, 14 years old. What the hell is going on with you? You said, sit there for a second. You got some heavy thoughts going on in
I
your
was
head
going
for
to
14.
say, where did that come from?
I don't even want to tell you what I'm thinking about when I was 14. Now, what's that about, some homeless dude or something?
Yeah, basically, you know how New York City is. There are so many people who don't have homes, and I just imagined what would it be like to be this guy who's out on the streets alone, no one to really take care of him, no one to really hold his hand through life.
That was beautiful.
Wow.
Thanks.
When I first
I'm gonna
heard,
cry.
when I first heard your song was "Wreck Like Me," I thought it was about Benji. You know.
You looked at Benji and oh boy.
That's all. Okay, the kid got inspired by Benji. That's pretty awesome.
And I noticed the other two contestants, they were grooving on
I was
his
digging it.
music. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a
Thanks.
talented kid.
Thank you.
I mean, it's good you wrote a song.
Yeah.
I can't write a song.
That's not your only song, right? You got a whole album there.
Yeah, I have a whole album there.
And you
Where
took
is it?
piano lessons?
I actually went to a special music school
Right.
where basically they taught piano as well as regular academics. And then at around 10 or 11, I picked up guitar. And then I started writing songs at 9 with my piano skills.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Very good.
Nice job.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then
That
this is
was
for you.
Mike.
And keep writing those songs, and then I told you we'll sign you, and we'll steal all your money.
Michael Benji's pick.
That's right. That's Benji's pick. All right, Nick, you're up. Now, wait till you hear this kid. He's the one I know. Kid's 10 years old. Look at the look this kid's got.
I know, he's so funny. I hate to laugh, but
The guitar is almost
he's
bigger than
very
him.
cute.
Yeah. He's got that beret thing going like Sam Kinison used to have.
Yes.
I dig that. Now, Nick is 10 years old. He started playing guitar about a year ago. Good-looking kid.
He needs a pick.
You getting girlfriends and stuff already?
Get out.
10 years old, I started. I mean, I couldn't get any girls, but I used to try.
You were out there trying?
Yeah.
Do you even like girls, Nick?
Are you up to liking girls yet, or are you too young?
They're so-so. They're okay. You can take them or leave them. Whoa.
All right, hold on a second. Help Nick out there. Get him on the chair. Get a microphone in front of him.
I'm not singing.
I know you're not singing, but I want to talk to you a little bit before you jam. Kid doesn't even need to talk. I'm saying, you know how girls all love rock stars and stuff? Are you in it for the chicks at all, or are you just too young to start thinking about that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, because all these rock stars always have beautiful girlfriends. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got into the business. That's what I was looking for, except I couldn't play. Now, you've only been playing a year. You're completely self-taught. What are you going to... Is this an original composition?
Yeah, I wrote it not that long ago. It's called Scales of Justice.
Scales of Justice.
Yeah, it's on iTunes.
All right, this is Nick, 10 years old.
It's on iTunes.
It's on iTunes. Here we go.